Evil. Evil. Sup, Freddy? Sup, Blob? I'm about to do something so dreadful to start the stream, I tell ya. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Hola a todos. Bienvenidos a la transmisión. Hoy es la transmisión de Biendeo en este magnífico 5 de mayo de 2025. Espero que estén teniendo una semana maravillosa y que tengan una semana maravillosa por delante. Mi semana ha sido bastante buena y agradezco que los hispanohablantes hayan soportado mis malas inflexiones, así que ahora volveré al inglés. I apologize to anyone who could have known what I was talking about. Anyway, no, my week's been pretty good. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Anyone who celebrates that, we'll just dive into the game immediately. Forget that ever happened. But yeah, no. Yeah, welcome to the stream. You could have clowned me. I've dumped some Latin here and there. The Latin sometimes gets bit of some neat traction. Oh, I didn't even do the freaking... Oh, dude, hold on. I didn't even do the freaking stream announcement on Twitch. Forgot to announce that the stream is happening now. There you go. Now it's done. It's done. You even wrote the 3, 2, 1. You did write the 3, 2, 1. What is... Uno, dos, tres. It's almost the same thing. No, it's not dos, tres. It's, duo. And then it's just tre, isn't it? Uno, duo, tre. That's, yeah. But yeah, no, this is Dragon... That's 1, 2, 3. There you go. So tre, duo, uno. That'd be what you do. This is Dragon Quest 3. This is... Or Dragon Warrior 3 for the Game Boy Color. I guess it's a somewhat new... Sorry, how would I put it? It's not a new release. This came out in 2001 on the Game Boy Color. And as a separate release to the Dragon Warrior 1, this is not the famed HD 2D remake. This is the famed 2D remake of the Super Nintendo remake of the NES game. So... yeah, so to put it in order, Dragon Quest, I think all of them had Super Nintendo remasters only in Japan, but then they all got a Game Boy Color re-release, and all of those got localized. So I'm currently playing the Game Boy Color version of this, just like how I played the Game Boy Color version of 1 and 2. The HD 2D remake, which is such a funny name, the HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest 3 was announced first, and then it came out at the end... it came out in February. It was really recent. But they had also teased, oh, we'll do a 1 and 2 remake, which is, I think, coming out sometime later this year as well. I've already played through 1 and 2, so you know exactly what's happening here. But Dragon Quest 3 is an interesting one because I think there's a lot of fairly comfy differences that make it, hey, this is Dragon Quest. This is what we all know and love as a franchise, and not just like some of the building blocks. That being said, Dragon Quest 1 is very fundamental as well, but I think Dragon Quest 2 is a bit here and there. It mixes in, you know, multiple party members and things like that, but it doesn't quite have the full kind of Dragon Quest scale and exploration that I think we know and love. Never play 1. I would highly recommend 5, but I'm playing them in somewhat a chronological order, although I am playing the remakes. 8's a good one as well. 11's also a really good one to start with as well, so there's not really a bad one to start with, other than 2, maybe. But this Game Boy Color version starts off with a little prologue, where the hero Ortega tries to save the world, and he sort of gets knocked out by a ghosty man. Go get your father! But yeah, the nice thing about Dragon Quest is that there's not really any bad ones, really. I think Dragon Quest II is probably the roughest one. Oh, I didn't write GBA, did I? No, we're GBC. We're good. The aspect ratio also makes it not GBA as well. But it's interesting that all of these got Game Boy Color releases, given that the Game Boy Color was a fairly... I don't know, there's not that many Game Boy Color releases in the grand scheme of things, and then 3 of them in the West were Dragon Quest. Or 2 of them, rather. I think the Game Boy Color had basically the same chipset as the regular Game Boy. I think it's more that people knew how to sample it a bit better, and you weren't dedicating as much cartridge space. You know, because you could do well, I think this is on a megabyte cartridge, which is about the size that Game Boy Advance games started off doing as well. Yeah, Harry Potter 1 and 2 also were Game Boy Color releases, which I find very interesting. Look how intricately they animated this intro sequence. It's not even in the original game. Dude, this hypes you up, man, I tell ya. Only problem is that this guy's going with only himself. He didn't bring a party. Is he good? Oh! Yeah, oh, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, I've played 3 of the Harry Potter 1 games. We might play... Yeah, I might play the other ones as well. We got to do the box-pushing GBA game as well. But yeah, Dragon Quest III is an interesting one for a couple of reasons, and we'll find that out pretty much right as Argonaut HP 1 and 2. Ah, yeah. It does have Peeves, who is not a ghost, he's a poltergeist. We failed to scale the volcano. Even Ortega was slain. What am I to tell his family? Dude, it must suck being in, like, medieval and/or fantasy times, and it's just like, oh. They're just gone, and then you hear some bad news from someone, it's like, oh. Honestly, the Harry Potter 1 playthrough, I have no idea how I got through that game, I tell you. There's a bunch of RPGs I had no idea how I got through. I beat Xenosaga yesterday, at least episode 1 yesterday, and that was one where I was like, what am I doing? I do not know. I am very stupid when it comes to RPGs, I'll tell you that. And yet, I researched the heck out of Pokemon Blue. I nailed my Pokemon Blue run. So, anyways, the hero title falls upon you, the son and or daughter of Ortega. I've already started a save, so we'll start off. We're gonna name ourselves the good old Biendeo. And we're gonna go with the female choice. I don't know, there's not really any huge reason. There are some minor stat differences you'll get between the male and female characters for this whole game, and you get to choose all your party members, being they are. I think, do you have... Yeah, you do technically have a slightly different sprite, but it's quite hard to tell. Also, I got a couple of ground rules of this game. This game really, really lets you freely do whatever. To the point of all your stats and all your abilities could be really randomly determined depending on things you set up. I'm going to run the game... It's not open world, but it... How would I put it? It has well, it's effectively a character creator. Biendeo, you hear my voice. I represent all. Soon you will appear before me as a true hero, but before that, I wish to know what kind of person you are. Truthfully, answer my question. So I'm gonna run these truthfully, and we'll see what we get. Because there's people who have min-max strats on all of this. If I just say no, he's like, you appear to be quite cautious, or perhaps you are merely difficult. That will soon become apparent. I shall wait. Okay. Okay, thanks for teleporting me down here. But yeah, there's some people who love to min-max this questionnaire. It is a Persona, yeah. Persona? No, PMD. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, sorry. Doesn't Shin Megami Tensei do one of these as well? Doesn't it do a personality test? Please tell me your real name. Okay. We gotta do the full name, which only will show up in like 1 moment later in the game. In which month were you born? Well, we're gonna do the stream start, because I was technically born on this date. No, it's not my birthday, but... Born 5/5, a Taurus. Like the title song from Haken freaking Fauna. Wow. I will ask you several questions. Don't think too deeply or hard. Just reply with complete honesty. It will help me to know more about your personality. Let us begin. On a journey, do you feel more confident with strong equipment as opposed to taking allies? I don't have friends. They disappoint me. Do you spend more money on weapons than protective equipment? Usually. Rather than an expensive inn is nearby, would you stay at an inexpensive inn that is far away? Yes. I'm a cheapo. Do you often have trouble sleeping because you are thinking too much? Yes. Do you often dream? Usually. Do you have dreams of being chased? Never. Do you like physical activity? No. Are cats cuter than dogs? I'm a dog guy. If someone praises you, are you embarrassed? No, I'm good. Do you like physical activity? No. Do you have many friends? I have a lot of friends. I'm actually pretty good on this one. Are you bothered by gossip? Not at all. If someone is conned, do you feel some of the responsibility lies with the victim? Someone's conned. Yes. I see. I have a better idea of what kind of person you are. This is the final question. Ooh. Then usually how the personality quiz ends up is that you end up in some scene. There's various different scenes depending on how you actually went through that questionnaire. Some of them will then involve a little tiny minigame. Did you know? No. Ha! You don't know! Dancing up on the stage is Pony. She is some kind of popular. She's cute, sexy, she's perfection. Oh no, I'm not leaving. That's alright, stick around and enjoy. Oh. Pony, you might not believe me, but I'm engaged to that girl. But I'm worried sick about it. Oh, I know. Could you go ask her if she still loves me, please? Ooh la la, Pony's dancing is always special. No. The set doesn't care at all how you create your character. The set is... The only thing that's actually missable in the set is there's a town that develops throughout the game, and if you don't pick up the items in each stage of that town, then you'll get caught out, but... Engaged? Oh yeah, we are, I guess, but that was long before I became a star. I can't deal with it now. I know, turn him down for me, okay? Wow. Wow. Like, I know he's simping. But, like, come on. Be a wing woman. He is simping hard, I tell ya. I'm sorry, man. What did she say? If she refused, my life wouldn't be worth living. Is she going to honor her promise to marry me? Oh, boy. Oh. This is the honesty question. I'm gonna have to be honest. She's not gonna honor it. But why? She accepted my ring. Oof. Oof. And then the ghost goes, ouch, brother. Biendeo, you are a solitary soul with a strong sense of individuality. You are very clear that you consider yourself separate from other people. You give others the impression of being cool and aloof. Your relation with your friends is not very close. You always keep a certain distance from them. People may think of you as somewhat of a mystery. Occasionally, you may view yourself as being lonely. However, you will come to understand that everyone is lonely. That may cause you to shed tears, but no one will see them. After all, you are your own person. This is your personality. Dawn will soon arrive, and you will wake from your sleep. There you go. So what did I got the lonely personality? So, yeah, there's... Hold on. Is that actually a personality? Aloof, more like a goof. Hold on. So there's a big flowchart of all the personality types, but let me just like double check. Like, which one did I get? Da, 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 da. I think I got lonesome, maybe. Is that specifically the wording? So if I got lonesome... okay, so yeah, here's my stats, I guess. So my strength is normal, my agility is 90%, my vitality is 80% of the baseline. But my intelligence is 110% and my luck is 110%. Interesting. It's my 16th birthday. Wake up, dear Biendeo. So yeah, so depending on your personality, it basically adjusts your stat percentages here and there. Some of them actually give you greater stat totals, but not all stats are really equal, so does it really matter? I don't know. A lot of people have a bit of a mixed opinion about luck, because all luck does is it reduces your chance of getting status effects. But this is a pretty balanced one. Some of them are like, you have 60% in agility. And there's one which is basically, what is it? If you're male only, you can basically get like 110% agility, 150% luck, and then like everything else is 100%. So it's better than the baseline, which would just be an ordinary kind of personality. So we got a strength seed. This game, this game's also got a couple of nice things. First of all, everyone's got their own inventories, just like Dragon Quest II, but now there is an infinite holding bag. There is no item limit, basically. You just keep putting things into this bag, and you can pull them out whenever. The only thing is that you can't use items from the bag in battles, which makes sense. It keeps the functional parts of the game pretty much the same, but it changes the, yeah, it at least means you're not doing inventory management for most of the game. And that's a mechanic that's actually maintained in virtually every Dragon Quest remake. And then I'm pretty sure all the mainline games from like 8 onwards. Aliahan Castle is straight up from here. Be courteous to His Majesty. Now go on. Okay, off I go. Hello there, people. Do you not recognize me? I've already got the sword and shield. Speaking of remakes, I have a couple of topics as well. Party chat for DQ4 DS. Yes, there's an achievement set for that happening soon as well. So, just like the previous Dragon Quest as well on the, well, actually the previous ones, you have to save at the king. And the other thing, ooh. Since you're a solitary type, maybe going alone is your thing. Which is weird, because, like, I'm pretty sure the solitary, like, class isn't even, like, sorry, personality isn't even, you know, single player only, you know? How do I put it? There's nothing that prevents you from having a party, and you probably should always have a party in this game. You wish to take after your father and set out on your own? Fine, you have my blessing. I'm certain that you will do your father's will, and lead the world back to peace. Our enemy is Baramos, the Demon Lord. The world's people are ignorant of Baramos, but if he is left unchecked, the world will fall into chaos. That must not be allowed. Biendeo, I beg you to defeat Baramos. But don't go alone, lest you face the same fate that befell Ortega. Find yourself some companions at the tavern in the town to accompany you. Use this to equip them. 50 gold, weapons, and armor. There you go. So yeah, so this is a prequel, technically. I believe the original Erdrick, or Lotto in the Game Boy Color versions, the original Erdrick is the Dragon Quest III main character. So, Erdrick is the title, though, rather than the name of the character, so canonically it works fine. But yeah, this is Ruida's Tavern, where travelers gather in search of companions. What can I do for you? And you can recruit some stock characters. We have Tess, the female warrior, Jewel, the female cleric, and Rose, the female mage. Are you noticing that every character is a female? It's a little bit like Pokemon, and a lot of Dragon Quest combat is very Pokemon-like as well. Also, yeah, you can save here if you want. So, we can save right there and make sure that we're still going. But yeah, effectively, you have the ability to basically have custom characters guide you through the whole game. I've written down 3 characters that I think will be interesting. I'm not too sure if it's exactly the best, but they'll be interesting. So let's go for it. We're going to start off with a character I'm calling Air. It'll be a female cleric. We have 7 classes to work with, by the way. Warrior is your slow but, you know, bulky attacker. Fighter is a quicker attacker, but less on the armor. Mage is the spellcaster. Cleric is the healing spellcaster. A dealer is like a merchant. So he's got various kinds of, I think, kind of tricky abilities. And also, I think he gets extra money on every encounter, which is interesting. The Jester is a meme, by the way. The Jester is literally a worse-than-everyone class, and also he will sometimes just do random effects instead of doing what you ask. And then there's the Thief, which is pretty typical. It's, you know, steals items, that kind of stuff. We're going to start off with a Cleric. I'm going to just run the random numbers on these as well. I'm not going to, like, look into these numbers. If they're worse, whoops. But we'll just write it, so... With a gift of seeds, there are 5 kinds of seeds, including strength seed and agility seed. So you can let the computer randomly pick some seeds, and each of the seeds will increase a stat by 1, 2, or 3. And so he's randomly just picking, you know, strength, agility, vitality, intelligence, or luck. And there you go. Increasing intelligence is actually very nice, so I might be pretty cool with this. And there you go. And we can meet this person downstairs. Let's do this again for character number, or party member number 3, because I'm party member number 1. This is going to be a character called Nyx, a female thief. Ooh, the agility is already good, although that's probably the class. We're going to go random on this one as well. Oh, we are just going agility on this one. There, done. Quite the alert type. There you go. RNG, take the wheel. I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, you have the ability to very easily min-max this. You could just... And I'll show off exactly what we're doing here. Last character, I'm calling Rags. Also a female. Yeah, no, the whole party's female. The Jester. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do manual, and we're going to try and dump 13 points into luck, which might be a bit of an RNG here. So if the luck increases by 1... Wow. Quite the helpless type. No. We're gonna re-roll that one. Which means, unfortunately, I have to type the name again. But I do want to, like, really get this lucky character just to have the meme of an incredibly lucky character, you know? Which shouldn't take too long, but it's just... Whoops. Whoops. Don't hit random. Don't scroll down to random. These aren't some good rolls anyways as well. Quite the fearless type. No, don't do it. I'm a Dumbo, I know. I know. Also, if I take more than 5 goes from this point onwards, I'm just calling it, you know? Just whatever. My brain didn't register manual being the top one there. Luck by 1, luck by 3, luck by 3, luck by 2, luck by 1. Quite the ladylike type. Not quite ladylike, although ladylike is a funny one, so just looking at the stats again. Actually, ladylike might be, Actually, I think ladylike is the stat I'm going for. Yeah, ladylike is the one I'm going for. Yeah, there's no other... Yeah, go for it. No, that's basically it. I think... Actually, I think sorry, it didn't need to go up by 13, it needed to go up by 9. So, that was actually okay. Although I didn't invest any stats otherwise on anything else, but yeah, we'll just run with that. So, ladylike, for reference, is it's female only. You get 100% strength, 80% agility, 95% vitality, 110 int, and 140 luck. If you're a male, you might be able to actually get the lucky one, which is very absurd. That's the one that's like slightly above agility and then very above luck. But point is, we want high luck for funnies. So what can I do for you? Let's recruit our characters. Let's put them in the party. So we got Air. There we go. We got Nyx. And lucky last, we got Rags. For reference, male jesters have like a clown sprite. Female jesters are bunny girls. We shall now have the bunny girl for the whole game. And that is why Dragon Quest III is a GOAT game. There's a big, I guess, like, one point a lot of people have with the remaster is that there are, like, weird bits of Western censorship in places. I'm gonna try and remember where some of the hidden items are. I'm pretty sure there's one around here. I know there's, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, it's Dragon Quest, you know, like, 3. It's like, you can't change too much. Sorry, there's not too much to actually change in the first place, other than getting the game wrong. But it is still like, why change it? Because it's not like this game was, you know, like, oh, off limits or something like that. Did you meet the king? That's good. I was worried that you might be too nervous and make a mistake. You're not a baby. And then you go to bed. It's the principle. Yeah, I think the principle of, like, I would prefer my games to be as, like, pure to the artist's intention as possible. And so if it's just like, oh, like we had to, you know, for example, the bunny girl has to not show skin in various places, or the fighters have to not show skin. It's like, why? Just because skin is bad? Like, oh, okay. And it's an international thing. It's not a, like, as in, basically, you take the most, well, you don't have to, but what they've effectively done is that they've taken kind of the most, like, safe route to get past particularly Western censors, but it's like, skin is bad, that's why skinning is illegal. That is true. I'm on guard duty. If anything were to happen, I'm here to take care of it. Don't worry about us. Enjoy your journey. Wow. You're the son of Ortega, the brave warrior. What daughter? Forgive me, your father was a brave. There's a lot of lines of dialogue where they directly translate it and then went, oh, whoops, female. Like, that's the option there. Other than that, oh, we should also check the equipment as well. Skinny dipping is also illegal. It's weird as well, because I mentioned I just played through, so if we go to plan equipment, there we go. I just played through Xenosaga, and Xenosaga has, a beach episode, we'll just say. Didn't he give me... He gave me a copper sword, but he gave me a bunch of clubs and sticks, which I can't use on my other classes. They don't get clubs and sticks. So, okay. But yeah, Dragon Quest III, as you can see, it's a completely kind of freeform game. You have your own weird kind of class and your own party members with names and stuff. Hold on, it looks like they can equip clubs. Oh, you know why they can't equip the clubs? My bad. It's because I'm holding the clubs. I gotta pass everything to them, so... probably the most vulnerable character is gonna be Rags, for obvious reasons. But we should be able to pass... Yeah, the club to Air. Another club to Rags. The UI is actually pretty straightforward. Albeit, you know, it takes a bit of clicking to get through to each thing, but talk softly and carry a big club, exactly. But other than that, there's not really too much. I think there's maybe some things that you could find if you know where all the tiny medals are as well. Because this game introduces tiny medals. I'm pretty sure they weren't in Dragon Quest 1 and 2 on the remakes. Basically, there's 100, I think, or 110 little kind of medals scattered throughout the game. Finding so many of them gives you a decently unique reward of some kind. Battle music is intense, though, I tell ya. Epic collectibles, exactly. The strength seed is basically a stat boost, and it might be nice. I'll hold on to them for a bit, but we're gonna do some casual fighting for a moment as well. You know, most RPGs usually have a bit of this at the beginning. But yeah, Dragon Quest III, in terms of its combat, really isn't that much different on the surface compared to Dragon Quest II, but What you do get is 4 party members right off the bat as well, which means you don't have to suffer not having any healing or whatever. I'm pretty sure Air already has... Yeah, Air already has the healing spell of Cast, and while we don't have other abilities... Also, you have a parry ability, I just want to add that. It's aggressively Pokemon, yes. Wait till we get to Dragon Quest V when you can capture the opponent monsters and use them on your team. That's actually a mechanic that has been brought into the HD 2D remake as well. They've introduced a Monster Tamer class, so you actually can play Dragon Quest III as if it were Pokemon. And yes, there is Dragon Quest monsters as well. There's specifically a Pokemon equivalent of a Dragon Quest as well. Or a Dragon Quest equivalent of Pokemon. You also have Recall, so this is mostly just to tell you about what you were doing, which is very nice that that's there. I'm shocked at how low health Air has, but I think that's what I get for not rolling for Vitality. The min-max strat is to roll for Vitality and basically just have your characters have so much health that you can basically bump your way through most of the beginning of the game. I think I'm not running with that, so we'll see how the game goes. But nothing that a bit of leveling can't, you know, deal with, you know. That kind of stuff. Other than that, we just gotta gain a bit of confidence to keep going on, and then, you know, just go to the next town. There's nothing really to do in the first town, so... There's one other feature about Dragon Quest III I just want to mention as well that's really cool, and that is, as we walk around on the overworld, you'll probably notice. There you go. If there's one thing, the Jester will level up quickly. Oh, also, only in the Game Boy Color version, not in the SNES version, and not in the HD 2D remake, there are these things called Monster Medals. There's I think like a 1 in 8 chance or a 1 in 16 chance that when you beat an enemy, the last enemy of the fight will drop a medal. And the medal is purely a collectible. But if you collect the bronze medal for every single enemy, you will gain access to an exclusive dungeon. I don't know if it's in the HD 2D remake. Maybe. But it's just kind of interesting that that's there, so... And the medals are evil, yes. There's a subset all around, not only getting... Because once you get 2 bronzes, you become eligible to start getting silver medals, and then I think once you get 2 silvers, you're eligible to start getting a gold medal, and there's a subset for getting the gold medal for every single enemy. We'll get some decently quick level up, so that's all good. Really not having much health on Air, though, I'll tell you that. Meanwhile, Nyx is my health. The drop rates are evil. Well, also on top of that, just to add, I have a thief in my party, and the thief sometimes steals an item instead of the monster medal dropping. So, if you want to do this, you have to actively not have a thief in your party. But the nice thing is that, you know, with the way that the party system works, you can always just put down your party members and pick up new ones to start, you know, leveling out other classes depending on what you need. And, so, other than the grind, hey, you know, it's alright. Also, you can trade them with other people with a link cable. Have you, yeah. I think for the achievement set, you still gotta do at least the gold medal legit, so... I don't know how much each of the achievements are worth, but probably a bit. Also, did you catch that? Rags is casual like, I'm not attacking this turn. Rags is the Pokemon where I don't have the badge to train him, basically. Now, I love the way that the enemies wobble around and attack. It's good fun. Look at that, easy. Two monster medals. So have you noticed that there's a day-night mechanic? It's kind of interesting. There's not any enemies out in the field right now that will react to it, but you can go into the town while it's nighttime, and there'll be people doing different things, and there are some cases where nighttime becomes an important element in the game. I think it's really cool that somehow they've captured that for the Game Boy Color. Also, just very cool, the fact that the NES could handle that. What a horrible night to have a curse, and very subtle, you know, it just kind of happens. So yeah, so you can wander back to town and just be like, oh, I'll sleep at the inn. Oh, wait, I have parents. I have real estate. You must be tired. I've made your bed. Your friend should also sleep. There we go. I'm pretty sure as well, Pokemon Gen 2 also had Dana. That is true. That is true. Pokemon Gen 2 didn't have an NES version though, so at least it's that. Let's try and make the perusal up to the town. It's not that far away actually, it's pretty close. But yeah, you gotta quote the Raven, you know. The Raven doth speak. Might have had an unlicensed remake for the NES. Did it have a clock on that version? That would be very interesting. Interesting. But yeah, so let's dive into my news that I have. I have a couple of gaming stories that happened over the past week, and just some general things that we'll talk about. None of them are hardware related, so I thought that's interesting. But yeah, we'll dive into story number one. You know which one I have opinions on. I don't know if you know what stories I'm talking about. Number one. The biggest story, the one most dear to my heart, England's largest indie game company until literally, I think it was 4 years ago, Codemasters. They were bought by EA, so that's what made them not independent anymore. They've basically had an official message on their website saying, what they say? They've reached the end of the road working on WRC. And they are not producing any more content on not only that game, but also pausing development plans on future Rally titles. They got the WRC license for one game, and unfortunately there were a lot of issues with that game. I don't own it, so I can't personally tell you what's wrong with it, but what I can tell you is that I can't run it on Linux. Or at least you could for the first 4 months, and then they added DRM afterwards. Wow, that's the town, by the way. Well, they'll still be making F1. Like, that's still their golden goose. But I don't know if they'll be making any other, you know, like, they used to also have Grid, and it's like, I don't think they'll do a sequel to Grid Legends, maybe. So here's the town, by the way. They sell turbans. Rags can wear a turban. It's kind of expensive, the turban, I'll tell you that. Jeez. Hello there. Welcome to the village of Christopher Reeves. Yeah, the DRM is terrible on that one. And it ran worse as well as a consequence. Also, a lot of people had issues just because it's on Unreal, and, you know, you get Unreal kind of... Biendeo is a lady! I knew it! It's so amazing that a lady is on a trip to battle monsters. Beat up lots of monsters, please. They took my mama and papa, so if you say no, like, oh, you're not? But you look like a lady to me. I'm a body type B, thank you very much. Can you tell that the translation's probably different on the HD2D remake? They also sell a bunch of weapons and armor. The sickle would be pretty neat, but it is quite expensive, and I'm not too sure if I'll be able to snag a bunch of those. But being able to get some copper swords will be nice. Actually, let's just grab one of those right now for start with air. Yeah. There you go. And then we'll head outside and we'll just keep fighting a bit, because yeah, I'm pretty sure this town only exists to sort of be like a stopgap. You know, hey, here's a town, you can train around, you can buy some items, and so on. Which is very vintage Dragon Quest, isn't it? Because the original Dragon Quest doesn't exactly have anything to do after a while. This is a bunch of anteaters. No anteaters, anteaters. Unfortunately, air does not have much max health, which is going to make this seem a little dubious. I'm actually very terrified about air having barely any health, full stop, because you do get these kind of wider encounters. Yeah, like there's 4 damage right there. It's like, oh boy. Is Air gonna die in a moment? Unfortunately, Air is also my strongest attacker. But if you die, what happens? You get sent back to town with half your money, and also everyone's dead. And it kind of... It's a bit annoying to have to pay some money to bring them back, but it's not too bad. Also, in the first town, there was a bank. This is also a mechanic in the NES version, I believe. But you can put multiples of $1,000 in the bank, and then it just means that while you're not carrying it, you also can't lose it. So, at least it's that. You dance, anteaters. So without a spellcaster, there's only one mage class, so there's a lot of spells that you'll probably never see, I guess, if you never use the spellcaster, which is a bit of an interesting one. But yeah, the level ups are coming quick though, aren't they? There you go, look at all that health all of a sudden. 18. And they don't give you interest. Which, frankly, is better than my superannuation, so I'll tell you that. I'm very upset at my superannuation for, spending my money and then basically, like, my return is negative. It's like, oh, cool, okay. Thanks, fella. I mean, all superannuation funds spend your money, but, like, they're meant to give you money back. They're meant to invest it wisely. So, yeah, there's probably a bunch of spells that will not witness because I don't have a mage on the team. I think some of the classics, like, I think Boom gets... The main character can learn Boom eventually. But, like, other ones that, you know, probably become Dragon Quest staples later on, such as, what's it, like, Frizz and Crack, those ones. Yeah, if you don't have a mage, you won't get those, but that's okay. Also, just as a curious point, you don't even need the main character. You can actually put the main character away and just be like, oh, I'm playing the game with someone else. I find that's a very, like, fun aspect, even if... Why would you do that? The main character is not necessarily statistically better, but just, like, a very all-around character. It's nice to have, so... No main character run. 4 jesters. Can it be done? So, but yeah, so Codemasters, basically, yeah, saying that they're not working on WRC, they're not working on any rally game, and on top of that, EA has confirmed that there's an undisclosed number of redundancies at Codemasters. Quote, as a business, we are constantly evolving to meet the growing needs of our players and driving greater focus across our portfolio. This has led us to look at reducing some roles while we redeploy as many as possible against our strategic priorities, which is a very fun kind of phrase to use. But I think, yeah, I think the reports were like this is like 300 to 400 jobs basically being let go, which is, ouch. Epic PR talk. To be fair, like, businesses, and especially of the scale that EA is at, they're going to do this all the time, and it's very unfortunate that, like, you know, this happens, because it's like, hey, they're a studio, why are they being mismanaged? Is that, like, it might be a bit of a harsh way to phrase it, but, like, legit, they're being a bit mismanaged as somehow they release a game, and their staff are working on a thing that's not giving you revenue, given that Codemasters has been making... Look at this, 4 enemy types in one battle. Take a moment to mention that Stellaris is 9 years old this week. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I'm actually quite surprised as well. Not that Stellaris is popular, but rather that, like, Paradox seem to have a very... Yeah, Paradox seem to have a very, like, solid... Just, you know... I guess ethos in maintaining their games, even if, you know, a lot of them are, you know, grand strategy, they have all their similar vibes, but I'm surprised that they don't eat their own. Like, they're a big enough company that they can do Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis and Victoria and Stellaris now. So, I want to bring this up. Because Paradox is doing their grand strategy as the ideal games. Oh, yeah. I mean, they did the subscription kind of model as well for Crusader Kings, and I don't know whether that worked or not from a monetary sense. But given that, you know, like every 9 months they release more DLC, it's like, oh, okay. But at the very least, like, you know, it's a game that exists. I don't, like, they do free patches here and there, but this copper sword is for Rags. There is movement between the grand strategy dev teams. At the very least as well, they're all grand strategies. It's not like they're going to get Codemasters to, you know, work on Battlefield. Oh no. Stellaris has 2 dev teams. I think Payday 2 had 2 dev teams as well eventually at some point, didn't it? A good game as a service has there been a good game as a service? I would probably say, like, the more traditional ones. The ones that have been, like, long-staying. I have a bunch of mates who are getting back into RuneScape. And RuneScape is, like, you know, a vintage mud. It's like, it is literally a service game. But it's also free to play, you know, like, it's all that stuff. I feel like games that have upfront costs are going to be so tricky to make game as a service. Because it's like, you know, the only reason why you do that is because, entry fee. So you just do the Black Desert, you know, kind of approach of just like, it's like $10, but that's it. Content team and the Custodians, named in reference to the Custodian in the game. The Custodians are solely focused on bugs and polish. They occasionally add content when they bring up old content to speed. Splatoon. Technically, I guess, yeah. The Splatoon 1 server's still up? Don't know if it is. Might be. I love these enemy names, by the way. The Horny Hair. And thank you, Rags, for defending. You didn't even get hit, so... Bungie explicitly does not do with Destiny 2. As the first Species Packs DLC really were only cosmetic, but they got more mechanical additions. Infamously so, yeah. I think Destiny 1's a bit of a curious game as well, so... But, yeah, it's unfortunate because I have really loved Codemasters games for quite a while. I've done literally a playthrough of every single Colin McRae game, and then when they called them Dirt, you know, like, that trajectory has been very solid, and they've made lots of really, really solid games. I think Colin McRae 2 is one of the greatest PS1 games out there. I think, you know, Dirt Rally's great, but also just Dirt 1's really good as well. I really like Dirt 1. Also, Colin McRae 2005. I have a soft spot for that one. Also, Dirt 2. Dirt 2 is one of the most, like, the most vibe-presented games out there. I love its presentation. Absolutely love it. Dirt 4 is a very curious beast, sandwiched between Dirt Rally 1 and 2. They got a lot of neat ones in there. So I'm very sad that they released Dirt 2 on the Wii. I know there's that, but it's not really Dirt 2. It's a bit of a weird one. I think also some of the F1 games made it on the Wii, but I think the same thing again. I think F1 2009, they had the license and they only made a Wii version, which was quite curious. It might be bad. It might be bad. I'd probably say the best way to play it is just find a PC version and then crack the Games for Windows Live part out of it. But yeah. Checked underfoot. There was nothing. So let's use this time to buy ourselves a very important item, which is the Warp Wing. The Warp Wing gives you one use of the Zoom spell. Epic TRM breaking. I mean, that's the problem, is that, like, how are you going to play these games otherwise, you know? You kind of have to. So, And it's unfortunate as well, because it's like, there's car licensing, there's music licensing, there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of reasons why you'll never be able to play this game normally, or buy it normally. These enemies might kick my butt. We'll see how we go. Actually, I think I'm going probably the wrong way, but we'll deal with them, unless they call more friends. Fallen Empires have better ship types than normal empires. You can reach them. We're going for technological victory crisis path. And we have biological ships, and a Fallen Empire that uses bioships and therefore has better versions than the player. The players will not get access to them when doing the tech crisis path. And the forum thread, the Dev Diary, mentioned that new Fallen Empire bioships. The answer was that players will not get them on release. It will be a custodian priority. Yeah, exactly. And I honestly, like, as a slight mention as well, GTA 6 having a release date of May 2026. They actually gave a day as well. I forgot. I think it was like 26 or something. But I think a lot of people speculate the reason for why there's a delay on GTA 6, because they said it was going to be this year. It's probably just to avoid some crunch. Buy yourself time. Just release games when they're ready. I don't want crap games. I just want done games or good games. Don't go crazy over time. So this is a very odd area, I believe, because actually no, this is the way you're meant to go. Yeah, hold on, wait, I'm in the wrong place, but we'll just peruse it anyways. The monsters are defeated. Oh my gosh, the silver medal already! Wow! They do gather a lot of data, yes. So we got some chests in this dungeon here. This is underneath a tower. So effectively, it's a bridging passage, but as you go out the other side, sorry, there's 3 exits. 2 of the exits are just like a bridge across where we are, and one is the actual dungeon that you'll need to go into in order to continue the game. Issue is more that GTA 6's development cycle is already so ludicrously long, which is why I didn't need to make it for 13 years. Oh, yeah. I don't understand game dev cycle times. A lot of people are going, oh, look how amazing Expedition 33 is, and I'm just like, that still was a 5-year development cycle. Like, that's a pretty long amount of time these days, so... Alright, so if we head up here, we're in... There we go. Look at that. Little shirt, so... So this, like, little cave area is actually completely optional in the sense that it just has, like, a bunch of items and some enemies. Also, I think all the dungeons were redesigned from the NES version. Maybe they are the same as the NES version. I've never played the NES version, so I can't tell you. But yeah. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are, like, absurdly hyped for GTA 6, like, to the point of, like... You know, when the game's out, people will probably enjoy it, it will probably be good. So, let's just be patient. I don't know. I think they probably want you to be hyped, though. Oh, this happened before GTA 6? Sorry, what happened? I'm losing my thread on that one, sorry. Oh, the hype for GTA 6. Well, I mean, GTA 5 was hype already, as well. Like, thank you, Rags, for just going to sleep on me, by the way. Oh, the meme of this thing happened. Oh, yeah. Sorry, yes. That's the one. That's the one. But, like, yeah, GTA 5 took its time to be developed and went through quite a few delays as well, and getting Silksong before GTA 6. True, true. There we go. So if I head down here... Actually, I think... Oh, we got a few horny hairs here. So I'm pretty sure... Yeah, so I've got Expel. You know, Expel! That's called Poof in newer games, but that's the whole, like, kind of banish the enemies So if you ever see like a big crowd, it might be useful to be like, hey, I don't want to fight that. Don't get the experience for the enemies, but... Dude, the battle music is intense though, I'll tell you that. I don't know how many weeks streams this will take, by the way, but I don't think... It's not a tremendously long game. I think 10 streams is the upper end of how long it'll take. Which is pretty much a standard, like, 20, 30-hour RPG at that point, but... I think it is generally on the shorter side of a JRPG. I think the goal level that you're reaching to end the game is 30 anyway, so who knows, maybe we'll be done with it a lot quicker than I expect. Arab. There we go. I'm intentionally attacking the slime first, just so I can get a horny hair medal, in case that's useful. Because I do want to show off that dungeon. I really do want to show off that, You like that how Rags decided to juggle and then was like, whoops, dropped it. Very nice. So yeah, second story of the day. I think probably one of the earliest things I talked about on stream was the Apple vs. Epic Games lawsuit. Particularly around how Epic wanted to have Fortnite on the App Store and also Google Play, because they're simultaneously attacking Google over this. This is a big one. And then, you know, Fortnite, you can buy V-Bucks in the game, so they're like, oh, you know, well, you can buy the V-Bucks directly from Epic. And Apple were like, no, 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 no. You gotta use our payment system because you're on iOS. You have to use our payment system. And then Epic were like, no, you charge 30% extra. We literally have a payment processor right here. People can just use that. And then Apple were like, okay, well, we'll just take your game off the iOS store. And also Google did the exact same thing. Although, at the very least, you can sideload apps on Android. So Epic were like, okay, well, here's the Epic Games launcher. That's kind of what spurred a lot of mobile development on the Epic Games Store as well. So I don't know the result for Google themselves. But yeah, effectively, Apple are under the opinion of it's their app store. They set the rules. They say everyone has to use their payment system, and therefore they get 30% of everything. Epic says we should be able to do it ourselves. Also, there's, our store, our rules. There's also a bit of an insinuation of linking to external payment systems. Like, in theory, if it's like, oh, well, you can't buy V-Bucks in the iOS version then, is that acceptable if you could buy it externally? I think Apple tried leaning towards no, actually, which is quite curious as well. But we got an outcome. I have a couple of tweets with some, it's a long response, so I will simply read some of the important parts of the I guess the output, the statement, the court statement. I wonder why, yes. So it says, Apple was afforded ample opportunity to respond to the injunction. It chose to defy this court order and manufacture post hoc justifications for maintaining an anti-competitive revenue stream. So they actually changed some of the language in response to Epic to basically make it harder to argue against, like, Apple in that case. Like, basically, like, specifically, oh, you know, you can't make, like, purchases or that kind of stuff outside the app as well, and I think they changed the rate to 27% to seem... well, the court basically said, hey, we gave an order to not do that, and then they did it anyways, and also the court views that particular move as anti-competitive. So yeah, so Apple's actions to misconstrue the injunction continue to impede competition. This court will not play, quote, whack-a-mole, or inverted quotes, nor will it tolerate further delay. Accordingly, for the reasons set forth herein, and good cause appearing, the court permanently restrains and enjoins Apple Inc. and its officers, agents, servants, employees, and any person in active concert or participation with them from, and then there's 6 points here. 1. Imposing any commission or any fee on purchases that consumers make outside an app, and as a consequence thereof, no reason exists to audit, monitor, track, or require developers to report purchases or any other activity that consumers make outside an app. Which is an interesting case, by the way. I'm pretty sure Epic brought this up in the lawsuit going, if Apple take 30% of all purchases, then Apple also knows every purchase. Which seems like a bit of a, you know, like a why kind of statement. They haven't really got a very good reason why that's the case. Also, just want to know, I'm pretty sure you have to pay Apple in order to even publish apps on the App Store. So, like, oh, there's the bot. So it's not even like, oh, Apple is like, oh, if they don't charge people in-app purchase fees, then they don't get money. It's like, no, they do get money. It's they're just trying to milk it. They're trying to get more money. That's all it is. There's no justification. Main character gets the heal, by the way, so that's neat. Otherwise, he'll have no use for his magic. But yeah. Oh, it's absolutely absurd. Like, I legit don't think... Oh. I forgot there's an exit there. Oh, we got these frog ores. Gotta watch out for the frog ores. So, yeah. Continuing on, 2. Restricting or conditioning developers' style, language, formatting, quantity, flow, or placement of links for purchases outside an app. That was something that they specifically did in response to Epic, and then the court basically said, that's anti-competitive, bruv. So, 3. Prohibiting or limiting the use of buttons or other calls to action, or otherwise conditioning the content, style, language, app formatting, flow, or placement of these devices for purchases outside an app, which is basically, you can't tell app developers off for adding links. We got a speed up, very nice. 4. Excluding certain categories of apps and developers from obtaining link access. Enough said on that one. But yeah, no, there's a little tower here in the center of the lake. And this leads us into our big first dungeon of the game. I'm pretty sure there's actually, if we navigate around, I think it's on the left here. Well, there's more frog ores as well, so there's that. But I'm pretty sure there's an inn, so if you actually feel like you're on low health, you can actually just go to the inn, so that's neat. Finishing us up, 5. Interfering with consumers' choice to proceed in or out of an app by using anything other than a neutral message apprising users that they are going to a third-party site. And number 6, restricting a developer's use of dynamic links that bring consumers to a specific product page in a logged-in state rather than to a statically defined page, including restricting apps from passing on product details, user details, or other information that refers to the user intending to make a purchase. It's basically them making it obnoxious. Because, as well, just as a note, I'm pretty sure Apple used to have a real hard rule about how you couldn't have apps that could execute user code. And what was that definition? Very nebulous. They specifically started saying things like the Epic Game Store was off limits, then the Xbox emulating, like, remote play was off limits, but Netflix with its games was fine. It's very odd. It's very, very odd, so... But yeah, no, there's an inn there, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, other than that, it's a couple of floors of goodness. It's not actually that complex of a tower. I'm pretty sure there's a handful of rooms to explore, and that's kind of it. Everyone likes a good dungeon in the first hour of the game, though. Or right at the hour mark, because I've been grinding a bit, so... Thank you, Rags. Thank you, Rags. Apparently it gets worse as you level up as well. That'll be interesting. So it says, as these restrictions on the specific actions Apple took to violate this court's injunction... Sorry, is this, yeah. It says to require no affirmative action on Apple's part. The injunction is effective immediately. That as well. Literally, this has to happen now. Or rather, yeah. The court will not entertain a request for a stay, given the repeated delays and severity of the conduct. time is of the essence. Every day since January 16, 2024, the date of the Supreme Court's refusal to hear its appeal, Apple has sought to interfere with competition and maintain an anti-competitive revenue stream. This injunction terminates the conduct, they say right at the very end as well. Apple willfully chose not to comply with this court's injunction. It did so with the express intent to create new anti-competitive barriers, which would by design and in effect maintain a valued revenue stream, a revenue stream previously found to be anti-competitive. That it thought this court would tolerate such insubordination was a gross miscalculation. As always, the cover-up made it worse. For this court, there is no second bite at the apple. Which is very, very damning, I'll tell you that. Yeah, there's a bit of that, but also it's just like, I think a lot of people have very like strong opinions about Epic, and I'm just like, I don't like the exclusivity stuff in terms of like, you know, like, hey, you are producing fewer options for consumers. Is it anti-competitive? I'm not 100% sure, because it's like, well, at the end of the day, like, which storefront a person buys a video game from is actually a pretty minor thing, like, maybe out of principle, I'd probably fight for it, but out of practice, it's like, UE5, yeah, I don't think UE5 is too dreadful, but I think that a lot of people misuse it. So many people misuse it. And that includes big developers as well. And partially it is Epic's responsibility to, you know, like, make it better, make it easy to use, make it so that people aren't shooting themselves in the foot all the time. But like, they're trying to hype up that, like, oh, you know, you just literally turn on Lumen and then you do a bunch of post-computation. A lot of the engine stuff is designed around making the dev time quicker, which is indeed true. But at the cost of everything then runs on freaking everyone's computers, and it's like, oh, why do we have to compute real-time lighting when you could just bake a lot of it, you know? There's a lot of that. Move over, anteaters. These anteaters eat ants. You have good news. Very good news. So I don't know if the Google's lawsuit will go the exact same way. I don't think Google exactly has done anything to irk a court, but that might just be, that's completely my ignorance. Like, I have no idea if they do have anything or not. So, yeah, so here's the thing. Several aspects of the link entitlement program as well, taken together and to a certain extent independently violate the injunction. The court considers them in two groups, the commission rate and the design restrictions and purchase flow friction. So, specifically, as above, Apple assessed the external cost developers face when utilizing linked-out transactions, which generally range based on the size of the developer. The larger the developer, the better able to reduce the external cost of linked-out transactions. With that information, Apple selected a 3% discount on its 30% in-app purchase commission that it knew was anti-competitive. In doing so, Apple willfully set a commission rate that in practice made all alternatives to in-app purchases economically non-viable. The court cannot conceive of how any reasonable mind interpreting this court's and the Ninth Circuit's orders would find that structure permissible because it forecloses competitive alternatives. That appears to have been the point. Business documents reveal that the internal justification was to maintain the existing anti-competitive revenue stream. They're basically calling it out right there. They're just like, yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. So, we got a translation for Sakura Wars 2 on the Saturn, years in the making. Very nice. I might play that at some point. I played through Xenosaga, so I'm getting through my games. There's a lot of games where I'm just getting through them. I know Xenosaga isn't an untranslated game. Interestingly as well, I didn't even realize this until after I'd beaten it, but Xenosaga Episode 1 had a re-release in Japan, which didn't have the Japanese dub. It was exclusively the English dub. I think Metal Gear Solid does the exact same thing as well. They have a special Japanese version, and it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, it's all in the English dub. I always find that's interesting because I feel like English audiences would, you know, dare not release things in non-English unless maybe in Spanish, maybe, but Yeah, so it's tactical RPG / visual novel hybrid. It does have Sakura in the name, so I'm hoping it's a visual novel of some kind. Everyone sees a tower and then thinks that it's a really, really long dungeon, but other than these butterflies casually, that's just a regular butterfly. Have you never seen a butterfly? That's what it looks like. Not the same series. I know. I feel like I'm going through this dungeon after not buying equipment. Like I just bought some weapons and been like, yep, that's it. It's almost as if the personality test predicted this. It's just as the stone tablets predicted. So I'm pretty sure if you're one of like the high vitality classes and you chucked those like seeds into vitality, you could probably have like starting characters who have like 70 health by now, and it's like, ugh. Because your defense is probably the same. So it's just like, you got a bunch of enemies who just cannot take you out for so long. That's what I mean by like, it kind of makes the game generally a lot easier. Rags is going up the ranks though. Look at that luck, by the way. Also very nice. I just want to add as well, like, so you look at your character stats and you go, oh, okay, like 16 strength, 15 agility, 18 vitality. That's a good amount of vitality, I'll tell you that. You know, 10, 11, 11, 21, 11. There's some good agility. And then you look at the luck stats, it's already 92. Seriously, it's just gonna like max out immediately and I'll be like, oh, okay. Look at his MP as well. He's got so much magic. The Jester. You know what he can use that on? Nothing. He doesn't get to use his magic on anything. It's just, oh. But yeah, no, I think this is the right result in the sense of Apple should get stuffed. Here at last, Biendeo, you say, I've dreamt of this ceaselessly, of giving you this thief key. You will take it. There you go. Isn't that interesting? We got a key right off their books that can change the personality of any reader. They are that persuasive. Be careful if you find such a book. So that as well, all your personality choices, you can just choose to be a tomboy right now if you want. But yeah, no, you can change your personality, and then what that does is that it keeps your stats, but it means that the way that the stats will grow for future levels will be based on that new personality type. So that's how that works out. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else to actually explore in here. Also, the bubble slimes. I love the bubble slimes. They're so cute. And then they try to kill you, but they're so cute. I love them. But yeah, no, the whole reason why we're up here is just to grab that thief key anyways. There's a couple of lines of dialogue of some people in the town basically saying, oh, you know, there was that thief key. Can I find that thief key? And they were like, yeah, it's just up here. Time to open Nix. That is true. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Very nice. It might be useful, although I'm actually kind of comfy right now. I'm pretty sure that's all the items in this tower. You can just jump out of the tower as well. You don't even need to warp out of it. And then you've got your staircase, which leads you right back. So, also, just as we go up and out, more butterflies. All my homies hate butterflies. Or they love them. One of the two. But yeah, the last kind of big news story I have is there's a recent Pewdiepie video where he basically says, I've been dailying Linux. And part of me is like, ooh, is it finally year of the Linux desktop? And I really do like, you know, this general push of, yeah, anyone can use Linux. You don't have to be a insane, or you don't have to be a software engineer to use Linux. It's like, yeah, like, depends on what you do, but Linux is getting to that point where there's so many great comfy tools for literally, like, I use my web browser, I use Discord or emails or stuff like that, like other kinds of stuff, you know, Steam, various other games. A lot of them, generally, can work on Linux. And the compatibility is pretty good, and then you get, like, I think that's a good meme of, I used to think my computer was getting slower, then I realized it was just Windows getting slower. It's like that all the time, so... And there's lots of cool things you can do with it. I, unfortunately, am still a bit vendor-locked in the sense of, I run, I use Reaper for some music production. We'll get there eventually. And Reaper can run on Linux. The plugins don't. Because most music production is entirely plugin based, and I'm very glad that there's such a common interface that you can use whatever digital audio workstation to make your music, and you just plug in your plugins. I mean, that's how they work. But, yeah, no, I use a lot of ones from IK, and they work on Mac, but they don't work on Linux, so maybe soon, maybe, but... Also, various hardware I have doesn't work with Linux. I have, what's it, an AverMedia GC573, and there's no Linux drivers. It just keeps flashing all the time. I think my Focusrite DAC doesn't exactly have Linux drivers. It generally works, but it doesn't have a Linux driver, so it's just like, oh, okay. There's also a retro game I heard about last week. Speak. You have to... You gotta say the game. You're leaving me hanging there. But I would recommend giving that video a watch. It is very, you know, PewDiePie's got his style. Ecstatica. And the sequel for DOS. Interesting. I don't think I've heard of that one. I may have seen the name in passing, but I actually don't think I've heard of it. But yeah, no, I'd recommend giving that PewDiePie video a watch, just to be like, hey, you know, like, how simple, or at least, like, how, like, just kind of straightforward it is to start doing, you know, start using Linux. Because I think there's a lot of people out there who legit, like, you don't realize that, like, Windows is legit getting worse. Have you noticed that, like, Candy Crush is already installed and there's ads in the start menu, and every time you search something and it tries to search Bing before it actually returns you details about the files on your own computer? Doesn't use polygons for its graphics. What year did it come out? Oh, we'll see. Yeah. So, but that being said, about not dailing Linux, I use a ton of Linux for you know, VMs and other things like that. I am slowly getting into the you know, moving all my stuff over from Proxmox or from Docker containers into LXCs, because I want to run everything sort of like it's a virtual machine. 94, that'd probably be pretty pre-polygon. Like, you could use polygons, but... You did also have a System Shock, and I'm pretty sure the Ultima... There's an Ultima game from 92 that technically used polygons. So... But, yeah. I always like those old DOS games. During this time, Spencer... Hey, wait! Oh, Spencer, I don't know why my brain was thinking Spectre, like Warren Spector. Okay, oh, we got a bit of heat on this one. Let's see how we're going. But yeah, no, I created a game around ellipsoid graphics rather than polygons. Interesting. Yeah, I hate these wasps because they keep respawning. And also, this is 100% gonna jinx. Oh, Era's actually gonna copy on this one. Now the poison, I don't think... Yeah, okay, yeah. This is 100% a flee from the fight. Let us use that Warp Wing. And there we go. So we should be able to find the church and then detox at the church. Where are the churches? Here it is. There you go. So newer Dragon Quest let you save at the church, but this is purely revive, detox, and uncurse. Detoxing is pretty cheap, to be fair. Yeah, no, I gotta give this game a look at some point. I was gonna say I was made aware of a Gundam FMV game, like made in the West. They made an FMV game, and I really want to give it a go at some point. It's been a while since I've played a funny FMV game, not just on stream, but just in general. I gotta give Phantasmagoria 2 another rerun, you know. But yeah, no, Linux is cool. Linux is cool. I want to run, yeah, LXCs for everything. I do like having Proxmox already kind of telling me about you know, like, oh, here's your usage per host, and all your you know, like all your details per host and stuff like that. I'm also trying to pipe it into Prometheus, and which then shows up in Grafana, so that'll be kind of cool. But yeah, slowly but surely I'll have that kind of happening. Oh, we got 4 of them. See, I wish I had more spells. Well, I've got speed up, but that's it. It's not like these 2 guys who have so much magic have any spells. It's also survival horror. I don't play too many survival horrors, I'll tell you that. Waspy. Am I gonna get called out by these guys constantly, like, spawning again? Especially when Rags goes for a snooze. Although I am able to take out one entirely with my main character, so... Does Realms of the Haunting count as a survival horror? I don't think it really does. I'd consider it as a like a boomer shooter. So we gotta navigate down this path of mountains, by the way. That's why I keep kind of funneling myself through them. But like, what's the survival part of the horror? And it's only horror in terms of its setting, I feel. I don't think it really tries to, like, terrify the player too much. First-person mazes are very funny, though. There we go. So if we navigate down here... so close. So close. We're almost there. We're almost there. Surround's a bit of a mean one. Just dips your hit chance, I'll tell you. It's difficult to answer your question. I feel like music is, like, crazy specific. Like, you can say, oh, this is that genre, this is death metal, or speed metal, or thrash metal, or doom metal, or black metal, or heavy metal. Like, there's lots of different kinds of metal, and it's like, oh, they're very clearly defined. But then it's like, what is survival horror? What is a rhythm game? I hate hitting things while you got fog, legit. Although Rags going to sleep might actually be the best thing, because then he'll wake up and then not be fogged. Or I could just hit the butterfly anyways. Quick! So with that key... So, young one, have you the magic bomb? Then make way to Tempt Cave. Oh, I don't have the magic bomb, actually. I forgot to grab the magic bomb. Whoops. Also, yeah, so this game's also got whips and boomerangs. Whips and boomerangs is your saving grace. Basically, whips can attack all enemies in a group. That won't do. Return to Reeve at once. They flat out tell you that you've done it wrong. Yeah, whoops. Yeah, whips can hit a whole group of enemies at once, and a boomerang hits all the enemies at once, which is very, 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 very useful. I should probably just run this one. I might as well just try and walk it back. We'll save the money just for a moment. Another news, Hilltop Works has teased an announcement of a translation in the Wholesome Direct in June. The Wholesome Direct. Oh boy. 4 of them, jeez. Oh, there we go. Oh, and the other nice thing about everything being individual containers is it means that backups are individually done, which is a lot nicer. Because it's kind of annoying that, like, I think I had an issue with the OS, like, just... Because I had everything running in an Ubuntu virtual machine, and then they were all Docker composed inside that. It's probably another wholesome game, maybe another Boku no Natsuyasumi game. Is that a wink wink wholesome game? Or is that an actual wholesome one? But yeah, I had the whole, like, operating system sort of, like, clunk on me. Oh, an actual wholesome game? Okay. Yeah, I had the whole operating system clunk on me, and then it's like, all the backups are like, oh, it would take, like, forever to restore, and then they failed to restore. My summer vacation... Oh, the good one! Sorry, yes. That one, yes. The real wholesome. Dude, Rags is just going up. Also, luck is 117. Sorry, not 117, it's 109. It will be 117 very soon. Okay, who's the guy? I'm pretty sure it's this guy. Yeah, you use the key to get in here. I'm pretty sure he's got like a... There you go, he's got an int seed in there. Very nice. Who are you? How'd you get in? Didn't I lock it up type? No. What? That's the thief key. Oh, so you're the hero taggers. I understand now. Then I must give you this. Have a bomb. There you go. I needed the bomb. I will break the seal barring you from the Traveler's Gate. Be careful with it. It's got an antidote in here, which would have been slightly useful a moment ago. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any special books. Soon. But yeah, no, I played a bunch of games over the past week, like actually quite a few. I think I had played Porsche Challenge, like before stream last week. I basically just sort of went, okay, I'm giving it one more try. Yeah, no, the controls are so stiff on that one. It's not really that fun. It's very short as well, but it's brutal on the hard difficulty level. The structure of the game is that it's a... Oh, hold on. The Playdate has also gotten a community-made achievement system for games that's completely open source. Very nice. We call it Old Acquirements. The Old Acquirements website. I don't hate the idea of actually, like, community interface retro achievements, like, clones. But it's probably best to somehow sync it with the, you know, retro achievements itself. Playdate achievements. You know, depending on how things go, when will retro achievements, you know, continue on forever, or, you know, will it sunset at some point? I would really love the ability to sort of archive that and sort of run it and self-host, or community host elsewhere, basically. 13 games for a total of 254 achievements. Bro, I've made sets with double the number of achievements of that. I've only made one set with that. I haven't made too much progress on SingStar Party, but I can at least tell you... Yeah, it's mostly the same game, I just need to find most of the same places again. I'm trying to find... There was, like, on the original SingStar, there was one address that was completely, like, it was a global address, and it pointed directly to the current song details. And I really, really need to find that pointer. Because you know where the current song details are at any moment, if you do a memory search. But then, you need to figure out, like, where that was coming from. So I'll probably just debug. I'll probably just step up and be like, oh, okay, like, can I backtrace and try to find where that was being, you know, called from, and eventually I might find some global and be like, oh cool, there it is. Again. So, finally, Songstar 2. It's got a Spandau Ballet gold, so that'll be good fun. Also, it's got Kylie Minogue. I feel like they realized how many Australians bought that game and went, oh snap, let's cater towards them a little bit. But it came out the same year as the first game, so they were milking it pretty hard right off the bat. There we go. Okay, I've got the bomb, which means now we navigate to here. We go down the stairs. So thank you that one guy warning you about this. He's like, this is Tempt Cave, but the stairs are sealed by a wall. How do we get past that wall? I know. Let's... oh. Bomb. The 70 PS2 releases wasn't... oh, I mean, yes. Very nice. Appears to be an engraving. To those leaving Aliahan, take this map. Kind of confusingly, they give you this map where you can hit select to see the world, but not in a dungeon. So not at the current point in time, and definitely not for the next floor. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we've got, yeah. This is an interesting dungeon in the sense of it has sort of like a punishment floor. When you're releasing them in groups of 5. Oh, one game at a time. Don't milk them too hard. Caterpillar with an A. Did Rags try and flee the fight? Freaking Rags. These enemies hit for a bit though, I'll tell you that. Or at least this guy does. Don't kill Air on the first battle, please. This is what I get for not exactly spending my money on armor or anything. I'm just sort of diving into this and be like, yeah, I got this. Pretty sure Nyx is still using, like, the freaking pole. But the goal is to survive. Improvise, survive. So I think, don't go down that route, you go up to the top here, yeah. Oh, magician! And you saw how that one enemy was kicking my butt, so I'm worried that 4 of them are gonna absolutely do it. Because Blaze hits everyone, doesn't it? Oh no, it only hits one person, but... still. Yeah, I feel bad because I've not released the full combo set for Guitar Hero World Tour as well. I haven't made it, but like it should be very, very straightforward to throw it in. But it's just like the reason why I haven't released it is because World Tour has that kind of career progression money counter, and I put an achievement on every single rank of those. And if someone does the full combo subset before multi-set is the thing, they're gonna they're gonna go through those ranks and not unlock those achievements because they're on the wrong set, and it's like, well, I don't want to punish them for not having that. So I'm sort of leaving it on the side for the moment. It's safer for me to not have to deal with the manual unlock requests and just wait for the full combos. Was heal 30 health in the previous game, or was it 20? Because it's 30 now as well, so... There we go, if we go up... Whoop. Also, we got echidnas. Oh no, it's echidna. Oh no. Oh, we gotta get these sting wasps before they keep multi-sets absence. It's getting there. It is getting there. At the very least, this set is pretty comfortable, even though multi-set's not a thing, because there's a subset for all the gold medals, but I'm running from this fight, man. I'm not dealing with that. Ah! Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I don't want to die. Oh! Oh! We're good. Okay, we're good. We're golden. Oops. This is why having a party member with like 70 health becomes a bit more useful here. But we did get an antidote, so that's okay. It's not a particularly long dungeon as well. It's sort of more than halfway through it, and it's not like you get a boss or anything. But you do have to deal with the Almirage. Oh yeah, also. We have an also. You just gotta say it, man. You're like tempting me. You're like, ah, also. I'm like, ah. Yeah, these enemies are a bit annoying. How they make you sleep all the time, and especially when there's multiple of them making you sleep all the time. WeWare RA's support seems to be in active development. I mean, they've been in active development for a while. Like, they made... I know there was a recent comment about telling people to not add code notes because the emulator supports it. But, like, that's just, like, a... You know, makes sense to mention that kind of thing. Not a... Specifically, oh, it's now in active development. I don't think there's been any... Yeah, but, I mean, that's been happening for a while as well. This might be a runner. Oh! We might be stuffed on this one. Oh, no! Well, this is very awkward, isn't it? Because it's not like you have an ability to... Oh. Yeah, you bump on the ceiling and then you waste your warp wing. Which, by the way, is not in the remake. The remake ruins it. I think we just wing it. Let's just wing it. And rephrase it, we seem to be getting near the end. Oh yeah, you bring the coffins. I'm running from every fight. I just want to see my friends. I'm gonna get absolutely knocked out, I tell ya. I mean, like, I don't know when the Wii support's, like, happening. I would safely say, you know it's it's happening soon when people start locking in sets. Like, that would be the time. Until then, everything is just step by step towards it. So it's a bit preemptive to, like, keep saying, oh, it's happening now. It's like, it'll get there, it'll get there. Oh. Oh, we're still good. I don't know if agility, what you got there? A knife! I don't know if agility helps your attack, rate. Sorry. If agility helps your, you know, fleeing rate. Maybe. Please be lucky. Nope. Here's a goner. Here's a goner. Oh, we might be good. We might be good. Alright, choice of 3 doors, but the left door is the best door. Oh no! Right there! I'm right there! No! No! I'm right there! Meepro's already memory digging. Oh, yeah, I mean, some people are already looking for the stuff as well. I'm right here! I'm right here! I'm right here, man! Like, woo! Woo! And with that, we have left the first continent and arrived at the second continent, which has a castle right here. So we didn't die. We're good. We made it. This is just a rumor, but a hero is supposed to come from Alihan and defeat the Demon Lord. We are at Romali. So, one of the kind of interesting things about Dragon Quest III is that other than the starting town, every place is sort of modeled after it. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, my main character died as well. All of the places are sort of themed around an actual, like, city or an actual country. Yeah, instead of reviving your teammates, you go and gamble. Nice. Not the inn. Where's the... Yeah, where's the... Church is probably inside the castle, isn't it? Or just a bit more north. Is this a church or a house? It is a church, thank you. Reviving is always a bit of an expensive venture. It gets better as the game goes on, but it's a bit brutal at first. No boss in the first dungeon, no. Not yet, not yet. I would definitely say that I think Dragon Quest IV is probably the one where you get bosses more often. There you go. We made it. We didn't die in the first dungeon. We got there in the end. Was it worth it? Probably not. You hail from Aliahan. I could tell right away. Oh, it's my accent. The village of Kazavi is far to the north. Toughness. A toughness seed. There you go. What else did I play? I played another... Ooh, the smart book. Makes me smart, I guess. But there's no books there. The other game I played Moto Racer. Another PS1 racing game. It's on GOG, and I didn't even realize it's so cheap on GOG as well. It's like, you can get the trilogy of Moto Racer games for, like, less than $2. It was on discount when I checked, but... Tiny metal. But still, it's like, that's fairly good for what it was. And it was a really solid racing game. The tracks were very well designed. It's got a jamming soundtrack. I chucked 2 of the songs into my intermission playlist. You might have heard it as we were intermissioning into the stream. That was fun. Also, what weapons and armor can I buy? I need some armor at some point, don't I? We've got leather armor, which might be nice on anyone who could use it. Also the shield, also might be cool. But also this a spear. Interesting. I feel like I probably want the leather armor just to sort of... you know, make sure they don't die. Also, yeah, if you want to buy an item and they're holding too much, it's like, oh, I'll just sort them. And that literally puts every item that's not, you know, equipped into the bag, which is very nice. And you can tell how much, you know, who can equip things, how much they benefit from it. It's got all the nice UI, you know, features that you'd want. The shield might be okay, but... Also, the knife might actually be... Did I not equip that onto Nyx? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't equip it onto Nyx. There you go. Bit of damage dealer now, so... Dude, imagine getting told that the Demon Lord's gonna take over the world. Oh, you're from another country. I hope you earn lots of money as a good reminder. Wow. So this is the stadium's best monster battles. Pick the winner and win the big bucks. It's 50 gold. Okay. The odds are listed here. So we have gambling right off the bat. Pick the enemy that you think is gonna win. I think the Sting Wasp is gonna win because they always juke me. And so how this works is that you peer in, and then you've got all the enemies chilling, and they're all hitting each other. And it's a bit of a free-for-all, so... Not sure who's gonna get hit, but we're going for the Sting Wasp. Come on, Sting Wasp. Hey! We're too good. We're too good. There you go, 160 gold. No, I preferred not to burn all my money. If you're really lucky, you'd get an insane amount of money back, but... Sup, Chris? How you doing? I'm having no luck today. Please don't talk to me. It's distracting. Wow, okay. And then over here, just 5 gold. This is what I predict, no doubt about it. It's Butterfly B. Fine, let's gamble. Was that a good tip? Really? He's going for Butterfly B here. We're playing Dragon Quest 3 today for the Game Boy Color. It has a HD remake as well that's on Steam and the Switch and stuff, but... Alright, come on Butterfly B. You got this, Butterfly B. Who's getting surrounded? Oh, Butterfly B's got no hope now. Oh, gang up on the Wasp. Gang up on the Wasp. Oh, this is going to be a weird setup, isn't it? Come on, Butterfly B, you got this. Oh no, they're going to be missing each other all the time because they're both surrounded. Oh no. This is the worst. This is the worst. Oh. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No! Butterfly B! See, I wouldn't have bet Butterfly B, but the guy said bet Butterfly B. This is a remake. Yes. Technically, it's a remake of the SNES game, actually. So it's got all the SNES games features. But it doesn't have, what is it? Yeah, there's a couple things tweaked for the new version as well. I don't know, I think this version's nice and comfy. Anyone can play the Game Boy Color version. It's well translated as well, and you always get, like, kind of like a clunky, you know, problem with the low resolution on various platforms. I can't whistle, Bobby, where are you, Bobby? It's time to go home. I don't think these torches have anything, right? There was nothing. Here we go. Are you from Aliahan? We've been waiting for you. Oh, wow. Please, the king is waiting. Ah, visiting from Aliahan, welcome. I beg you to lend an ear to his majesty's request. Gotta talk to the queen first. I've heard that Aliahan is a beautiful place. The hearts of the people must also be beautiful. Wow. Greetings, I have heard of the hero Ortega. For Bundo to... And he's just telling me my level ups. Churches do this in the new game, but in newer games, but yeah, again, it's just like, oh, we're just doing it with the king, so. And it's like, your quest has been recorded. Do you intend to leave right away? Yes, as in, I must ask a favor of you. A bandit by the name of Kanda has absconded with the golden crown icon. Get it back, and you shall have my recognition of you as a hero. Now go, Biendeo. That's your goal for the moment. Obviously, baby steps towards a grand defeat of the Demon King, the Demon Lord, but we'll get there, piece by piece. Cannot leave it unmentioned any longer. I cannot leave it. You gotta say it, man. Far to the west of Kazave, Champagne Tower casts its shadow. Ooh. But unfortunately, I don't have a key. Does this guy talk to me or no? If you try talking to him through the gate. Damn it! How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not a cohort of Kanda? Huh? Who are you? I thought it was another soldier to interrogate me. Anyway, Kanda makes me look like a saint. He's holed up in Champagne Tower with his goons. Goon unfortunate is a very unfortunate word these days. If you're confident in yourself, go punish him. I'll see if we can find any other neat little trinkets around this castle. Man, he's got some... we spent all that effort to get a thief key in the first stream, only to then immediately be like, hey, everything's like super closed now. Spears are left standing. Thank you. Monsters have become very numerous in these parts. Vicious monsters are in the east. You should first head north. Thank you, guy. That's actually kind of neat as well, that, you know, if you're not paying attention to the dialogue, you will just wander the wrong way. On the way, I was attacked by monsters. I ended up losing all my wares. I made it here, but my business is ruined. What if I was to buy Krusty Burger and disguise it as my own? Biendeo left it unmentioned longer. My son likes to play too much. That habit still persists, even though he's now the king. Wow. He's got the cheat book. The cheat codes. Also a gambling token. But yeah, I guess the goal is to navigate north and we'll head to that town. I guess there's nothing really else in this castle that I can see. Paralysis fades after a while. A moon herb cures it instantly. I actually don't know if you replied to my previous comment because the stream. Oh, I was just saying that like, oh, you can't, you gotta just say it. You don't not be like, hey, do you want to know what I want to like hear about? It's like, oh, just say it, bro. Chat's free, just go for it. That's a very software engineer answer, I'll tell you that. There's a website called Don't Ask to Ask. And it's basically just like, yeah, it's just like people need to just say the things when they're using async forms of communication. No formalities, just go for it. I feel like these enemies are gonna kick my butt because the previous enemies were kicking my butt already. Oh. It's fleeing already. Oh, the Chrono Trigger kerfuffle. I mean, you know me. I don't think that's anything of, you know, huge note. So the TLDR is that there was a recent interview, or rather, there were a bunch of articles that mentioned. Hold on, let me see if I can get the actual article, quote it exactly, or at least quote an article because they all sort of quoted each other. Yeah, here we go. Chrono Trigger creator Yuji Horii might have just hinted at a remake. This isn't even like... what was it? A panel in an Italian convention in Naples. Naples is very close to you. I don't know if you're close to Naples. I was gonna say it's not even speaking of Dragon Quest and Square Enix RPG, Yuji Horii is like the game designer of this game. This would have literally been him on this quote. Also, I like how I got poisoned and I don't have. Oh wait, hold on, the antidote's in the bag. There you go. Relatively speaking. Yeah, exactly, yeah. But yeah, no, so the article was like, at a Comic-Con panel held in Naples, Italy, Dragon Quest and Chrono Trigger created Yuji Horii might just have said that something he shouldn't have. A Chrono Trigger remake could be in the works, according to Reddit user blah, also Pewdiepie, a member of the audience at the event. Quote, Horii let this information slip during an interview. The host whispered something in his ear, and he covered his mouth. The audience went crazy. Wow, that's really like barely anything of a story as well. Like, it's like some guy on Reddit said someone in the audience saw him cover his mouth when he spoke to his translator. Oh yeah, like, you like how these enemies are kicking my butt all of a sudden? That's what I get for navigating north, jeez. I don't know why I didn't run right away. I think Nyx can just take him on. But I'll probably just, you know, cut my losses, I guess. That one, jeez. Back to Romali. And we're talking about Chrono Trigger. The translator finished translating, Horii had said. Me, I need money. Also me burning all my money on reviving people. And he said, to what appeared of his own volition, that he had heard a remake was in development. He never said Horii said it. Yeah, the big thing, like, I'd shout on this, like, topic is that all of these journalist sites jumped on this story. They all jumped on it, quoting this guy on Reddit, and then quoting each other, talking about the article. And then it's just like, I don't know. And then turns out that, like, yeah, freaking, what's the thing? Here's another article. Yeah, there's a video of it. Literally, the whole thing was videoed as well. So all the people who like, oh, actually watch the video, he never mentions it at all. Yeah, they misunderstood how they misunderstood. Oh, yeah, exactly. And on top of that, there's barely any articles. Granted, there are some articles at the top of my search results, but there's barely any articles about the correction. There's so many articles about the misinformation now. To some degree, you might be able to consider this as guerrilla gauging from Square Enix. Oh, will people like a Chrono Trigger remake? You know, let's see. Let's ask, you know, let's tease it via a Reddit post. It's a bit insidious to, you know, to imply that a company would do this. But companies can and have done this before. And so I'm not surprised if it is. Not about the misinformation. Yeah, exactly, yeah. But I do think that, like, one, journalists are just like, also, stole the herb. So anytime the thief steals an item like that, you don't get a monster medal. So your odds of getting a monster medal go down as, oh boy, this is going to be an interesting fight. Let's go for the Almirage. Because he's going to sleep people, and that's going to get kind of annoying day one. Horii never said anything about a remake, but that's not what anyone there claimed. People just don't know social cues. Oh, exactly. Oh boy, increase. I hate increase. Because now it's like, oh, now he's unharmed. It's like, ugh. What's more, the translator then talked to Horii for a sec, and what I could gather his response was, no one saw anything. Yeah, I gotta watch the full, like, context of, like, where it came from. I just saw the bit, and it was just like, well, the bit that apparently, like, someone said disproved that he ever said it. And it's just like, well, he didn't say it in that bit, I guess. Which I found interesting, because he could have very well said no comment. Sometimes it's a bit of a, like a, how would I put it? Naturally Japanese response as well. Maybe there's a bit of that. Like, even if you say it in English, it's just like, oh, you know. But yeah, no, it's a bit of a mess of a story because it's just like, what is like, where? There you go, lots of levels. Because like, what exactly is like happening here? The answer is nothing. I don't even know what the original panel was even about. Is he just talking about? What? Yeah, what is? Oh boy, this article can't spell square. They spelled it with an I. I mean, that's just like a casual typo as opposed to like an actual misunderstanding of the word square, but it's just like... Oh, the 1-2 head sheet. Yeah. I'm curious what they are going to do for the 1 and 2 head sheet remote. Yeah, true. Didn't they announce Dragon Quest 12 like a couple of years ago? It's just kind of interesting. Also, Dragon Quest 9 never getting a remake. We did the rounds. We went from, you know, 2000 with the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 re-release on Game Boy Color, and as well, all of them had like Super Nintendo releases. We had that, and we went all the way. We got 4, 5, 6 on the DS. We got 7 and 8 on the 3DS. We were caught up, and 9 is just forever locked to the DS. I should probably heal Rat. Never mind. Okay. So Hori didn't talk about a remake. The translator said he heard about it, and Hori responded with a slightly unusual quip. Yeah, it's a nothing burger. It's just like whatever. Journalist gonna journalize. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, like, how I do wonder how many people read journalist news articles. Well, I mean, the proof is in the pudding, if that makes sense. Like, a Chrono Trigger remake will happen when they make it. You know what I mean? Until the day you can play the Chrono Trigger remake, nothing matters. Absolutely nothing, anything they say matters. What they want you to do is be a bit hyped about it and sort of ensure that you're reminded and you'll buy the game eventually if they do end up making it. Teasing that it may or may not happen is a tease. Or potentially an offhand comment that has no, you know, basis. There's nothing to, like... I don't know, this is maybe me a bit of my anti-hype kind of perspective of things. I'm such a Debbie Downer when it comes to this kind of stuff, but it's like... Legit, like, for me, as someone who likes Chrono Trigger quite a lot, I'm like, okay, like, even if this was true, it's like, okay, when? Show me, like, when is this gonna be in my hands? When can I play it? Like, that kind of stuff. Well, it's not unrealistic. I mean, the problem is that there is nothing to expect. Oh, yeah, it might be interesting to look forward to. Yeah, sure, yeah. But, like, yeah, for me, it's like, I don't have any expectations at all. There is nothing to... Gosh, I need to drop a heal. Oh, boy. Already casting increase. Oh, let's bomb both of them as well. Ouch. Yeah, yeah, that's the other stance as well, which is, does Chrono Trigger even need a remake? In terms of bringing it to new platforms, the answer is no, because they've already ported the, you know, the SNES version, and it's kind of clunky emulated versions, but somewhat, you can still play them in an official manner on lots of platforms. And on top of that, like, yeah, the SNES release is very, very well done. There is not much to be gained by, like, oh, you know, it needs to be on a new platform if you can just play the game on the old platform. Sorry, you know, via emulation on an old platform with some variety. If Chrono Trigger ends up at true, there's the DS version as well. I do like the SNES one though. It's very solid. But like, yeah, if it's like, oh, there's no I'm really not making much money off these guys, am I? Because I kick my butt real hard. Yeah, it's the SNES plus more stuff. But, like, yeah, like, Chrono Trigger is very complete of a game. I don't really need more Chrono Trigger, if that makes sense. Like, you don't need to do the Final Fantasy VII treatment. You don't need to recontextualize it as a completely, like, new game with new mechanics and new stories and all that stuff. It's just like, no, it's fine. It is what it is. We can leave it at that. Part of me also goes, also, did anyone play Chrono Cross? Because you know why it may be a bad idea to try and extend that universe. Ugh. Oh, yeah, Heishi 2D remake might be okay, but... like, I don't know, it's not... For me, I would do that for only Metroid Prime. I wouldn't even do it for Metroid Prime 2. I'd only do it for Metroid Prime. I don't think I really need a Heishi 2D remake of Chrono Trigger. Yeah, we didn't get Chrono Cross. Yeah, Chrono Cross is the one that has had the lovely remaster. With the Radical Dreamers translated as well, which is very nice. Chrono Cross is one of those RPGs where it's like, I don't know what's happening. Chrono Trigger is... it makes sense. It all clicks. It's so buttery smooth. It's amazing. Chrono Cross is very avant. It's very like, Radical Dreamers is the second ever Satellaview content of any type to be re-released. What was the first one? I have one in my mind, and I don't know if that's going to be the one you mention. The BS Fire Emblem in the remake of 3 on DS. That's not the one. I was going to say one of the Picross ones. The puzzles appeared in a later game. Is it a remake? Not quite, but it's close. Soon we shall get Satellaview F-Zero showing up. Nintendo will... yeah, Picross NP is... in Picross DS is DLC. Yeah. There is still that one elusive Satellaview Picross release that only ever existed at that one point in time, and the only thing that we know about it was that it appears in some magazine. Like, it just existed. But there is no archive of it. Yeah, the SNES main release had some of the puzzles from the Satellaview release, because I think that came first. And then on top of that, I think some of the NP puzzles, the Nintendo Power puzzles, have those Satellaview ones as well. I always think it's very fun that, like, it's the same company that's been doing Picross for, like, decades now. Also, shout out to all the homies. Picross 3D is one of the greatest games of all time. Everyone should play it. Will Nintendo ever re-release that in any way, shape, or form? Well, who knows? We'll see. They found one of the 2 broadcasts of the second Satellaview F-Zero Grand Prix recently. Yes, Picross 3D. Yeah, exactly. Picross 3D. That's where it's at. It's so good, I started a Let's Play of it twice on this channel. Back when spoiling puzzle games was apparently acceptable. There's a reason why I haven't... 3D2 is pretty good as well. It lacks a little bit of the charm of the DS one, though. And I don't have an amiibo. So I didn't play the amiibo puzzles. This is, by the way, the sleep, the poison, the shroud, all that stuff, that's where the luck stat's gonna kick in, by the way. So Rags is gonna be like... how would I put it? A glass cannon, and everyone's trying to poison the glass cannon, if that makes sense. It's like, you can't do that, but also my cannon's made out of glass. Let's get this magician out of the way. These fights are quite straightforward, given that I have 3 damage dealers, really. And a healer. Like, my main character should probably back up and do healing, actually, because I've got the intelligence stat for that, but yeah. It is unfortunate, the amount of wandering around and grinding that I'm sort of resorting to. But them's the breaks, I guess. That's how this do be. I do want to make a little bit of progress before we end the stream, because I know this is 2 hours 10. I haven't exactly gone anywhere. It's caught up in the Chrono Trigger talk. Oh, yeah, like well, because I wandered north, and then I got, like, mostly wrecked by a bunch of wolves. And I was like, wow, am I... Like, I know I was struggling through the dungeon, but the fact that, like, the wolves were kicking my butt as well. And it's probably not too bad right now, once I've, you know, snagged a few levels. Rags is just weak as. Maybe. It's more a grind for money, so that I can get, like, an actual, like, weapon. Or at least something a bit more, you know, to boost up, but these enemies don't give you that much gold. Like, you know, that caterpillar, it hits you for a little bit. It's not actually too bad, but, you know, hey, here's 2 enemies, and then, how much money do I get? 21, 9 plus 10. But my luck is up 11, so that's nice. So let's go back to the shop and just to gauge what is available. Do they still sell the turban? No, they just sell leather hats, which... It's incremental, man. It's like, okay. Might as well just buy one of those as well. Just in case. You never know quite when you need it. We do have the Moon Herb, which is a fix-all, but Antidote's also there, so that's all good. And then, yeah, for the weapons guy, so he had, yeah, the knife, which, yeah, that's incremental on Rags and Air, that's probably not too bad. Sickle is a bit more expensive, might be worthwhile, I don't know. Spear is certainly more the worthwhile one. I actually might just jump straight for the spear, but too pricey. Can't equip anything, Shallow Hammer maybe for the main character, but main character isn't dying too much. The shield actually probably is a good supplement. I'd probably pick the shield for all 3 of them, but again, Rags can't equip any of it, so what do you do? What do you do? Other than boost yourself up a couple of levels. There we go. Completely unrelated, but... Not the unrelated, but... No. Thank you, Rags, for attacking. I'm gonna see if I can navigate north. Apparently, Brew emulation has gotten good enough to where Kingdom Hearts V-Cast is now fully playable. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, let's head north. Let's do it. You and me together. We've come to see the magic show. Yeah, I might as well mention Xenosaga while I'm at it. So Xenosaga, as I've just constantly alluded to me playing through, I've been playing through it over the past 2 months, and I got to the end of sort of just calling it there. There's a potentially a you know, grind your way up and you know, find all the items and beat the bosses in interesting ways. There's a video I watched doing a level 1 challenge run, not of Xenosaga, right? Probably of Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, if you beat Xenosaga on level 1 the whole way through, what? But yeah, Xenosaga is, it's a PS2 game, and it's, how would I put it? It's got some kind of clunky gameplay at times. It's got a few too many mechanics going on, and it's a bit afraid to sort of, like, push you too hard in anything in particular. Because otherwise, then it's like, oh, you know, I'm specializing so hard in this one thing that, like, now I don't have, you know, VCast 20th anniversary too. Yes, yes. There's a Xenosaga phone game as well, I just want to add that. But the, ooh, an antidote. Very nice. So we've got a shrine here as well. Well, actually, it's not a shrine. Ah, I lose again, but I not give up. One day I will become a winner, it's me. Oh, thanks for saying that again. So this is actually a mechanic that's not in the original game. There's, also, it's not in the HD remake as well. But, yeah, so these tokens that you're earning, there's actually a couple of Dragon Quest games that have this mechanic. What this is that this is the Traveler's Pachisi track. So, for a token, you can try Pachisi. You have 10 rolls of the die, and your goal is to get to the end. Also, player characters, you will be the only character. Guess we go for the... It's, yeah, it's a randomized, well, it's not randomized, it's got a set path, but you gotta, you know, make your way to the end, and land on the end specifically, while also dealing with enemy encounters and random, random kinds of things that happen. And yeah, you're without your party members, so if you're playing solo, you'll generally be higher level, and it actually works out a bit more okay. Fortunately, the main character can heal himself, so... It's a bit more okay than it used to be. But it's a fun little mechanic, and there's 5 boards throughout the game as well, so... we'll probably come across more of these. Oops, I wanted to heal before moving on. Can I actually heal here? Nope. We're gonna have to roll. Let's see, 3. Which way do I go? I'm gonna go for the vase. Oh, we got a hat. Very nice. But anyway, for your efforts of, you know, spending the tokens, you'll, you know, you'll do some, encounters, you'll get some items out of it. Let me see as well, what's the actual reward for getting through this? So let's see, you can get a leather shield, which would be nice. There's the hat as well, which is also nice. Just some general items, antidote, herb, warp wing, club. You can indeed get a boomerang right now. Also, I'm about to die. Good thing I've cast heal on myself. I was keeping an eye out, don't worry. But if you get to the end, you can actually get a steel sword, which is a way better sword than what you can get right now, so that's nice. But fights like this are a bit annoying when you're the only person on it. Maximum healing efficiency, exactly. Well, it could have been better if I had 1 health. Exactly, exactly. I'm pretty sure the anti-heaters are pretty low level enough though, where it's like, you can kill them pretty quick. So let's see if we can get to the end real quick. You want to watch out for that spot. I've seen we getting some real good rolls here. Yeah, not everything is a battle. Whoa, we did it! Woo! Dude, that was a real lucky, just like, go for it as well, because usually these are a bit tricky. 500 gold and a steel sword. Very nice. You did it. This is the goal. Take your prizes and drop down that hole to get out. Congratulations. Don't go down the hole without getting the prizes first. Otherwise we'll have to start all over. That is true. Now I get to gloat in this guy's face. Now I do. That's where the winners are. But yeah, you can actually kind of observe the board from afar as well. So this one's not too weird. You got like a couple... Oh yeah, it's a very neat side game. And it's so bizarre that it's gone from the remake. I think the answer is all gambling is off limits, which is very bizarre because gambling has always been a Dragon Quest trope. Like, always. And I know Pokemon has gambling for that very reason, because it's like, oh, because Dragon Quest has it, and then they stopped doing it because kids. So yeah. That's all good. So who could get the... Who's gonna get the sword? I think I put it in the bag, didn't I? Yeah. Look at that damage! Woo! Woo! It's way too good. Well, okay. Only one person can equip it, but you know, might as well. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it wasn't working in Germany. Yeah. And then Platinum in Europe, like entirely. So the PAL version. Then Emerald introduced new gambling stuff that you could only slowly win in. They're just keeping us gamblers down, you know? Dude, people, it's like the most Australian thing, because we had the our federal election like a couple of days ago, and the most Australian thing was like, oh, I hope Peter Dutton wins because the sports bet odds are good. It's just like, I don't know, a lot of people didn't care about the election, but oh boy, that... my parents cared a lot. They were sending me some very rant-worthy Facebook posts. Some were theirs, some were not theirs. A lot of them had AI-generated images of people wearing various other nations' military uniforms. I always feel like, I mean, I don't know, I probably got swept up in some politics at some point, but I'm just like, I don't know, there's a time and place, and also, I don't know, I guess depending on who you are, it is the end of the world in some way. But I don't think there's that many people where it's actually like that bad. What I mean when it's like the end of the world, as in like you work in literally a sector that's like about to be like killed off or something like that, you know? Killer Bee! Diamonds and pears. That's the one. Dude, this steel sword is gonna absolutely carry me through a fair bit of the rest of the game, I'll tell you that. Caterpillar. There we go. And now we're here at... Come on, you gotta introduce the town. This is Kazave. It's a tiny village among the mountains. To the north is Noaniels. Champagne Tower is in the west. And there we go. The Disciples of Divinity. So I think once you set foot in the town, you can zoom between them. So what do these guys sell? They've got the spear, they've got the iron gauntlets. The whip is 100% what I'm gonna need. I will need this whip. This is 100% necessary. Also iron armor, which is very, very big, and the bronze shield. Also a scale shield, which is 5 more defense. I'd probably stick with the bronze shields for the moment. Except for Rags can equip the scale shield, so... But Chain is my priority, so... Like our Twitch calls it... Well, because Dragon Warrior 3 is the actual name, like even the title screen was Dragon Warrior, because this is still... They didn't start calling them Dragon Quest in the West until Dragon Quest 8 in 2004, and this would have released first. I'm telling you, the village was put to sleep for angering elves! They said there's a sleeping village somewhere. That's far-fetched, don't you think? This is the village tavern. Join us for a few. It's a very, very calm village. Also, they got an item shop. Very nice. Yeah, exactly. The name Dragon Quest was already taken. Look at this, by the way. Get an equipment item that increases your luck by 8. Just in case you needed another one. I've come here after Kanda. He's supposed to be holed up in a tower somewhere. Oh, I've already visited this guy. I mean, to be fair, I think the name Dragon Quest is way better than Dragon Warrior. Oh, we can continue to gamble. Heck yeah. The inns get more expensive, and they're also priced per person, so... Party of 4, unfortunately, has to spend a bit more, but that makes sense, doesn't it? I'm gonna steal this guy's trunks! 64. So who's holding on to the... Oh, hold on. So if you go to plan and you go to equip... Sorry, reorder. No. Tidy item. All. There you go. Always a nice button. Just to be like, yep, just get rid of that. Just move it. So the boxer shorts. What? You don't even equip the boxer shorts? Rags doesn't equip anything. Ah! You shouldn't be in here! Also recently discovered, there finally is a cassette vision emulator that plays all 11 games, which are also all done. Very nice, very nice. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention with Xenosaga. So, my biggest thing with Xenosaga, and this is a very hit or miss thing, and probably you will love the game if you like this, it is so cutscene heavy. I think out of a 33-hour playthrough, I think I probably spent 15 hours sitting down looking at cutscenes with a controller out of my hands. Voice acted, animated, very, very nice stuff. But, oh boy, there are, like, times when it's half an hour between, like, finishing a dungeon and being able to control a character again. There are some solidly long times. Also, classic, Xeno franchise, they spend so much time world building that they don't actually get to do too much stuff right now. Yeah, it's a Metal Gear Solid experience as well. They don't get to do too much stuff. I think calling your game Xenosaga Episode 1 just implicitly means you're going to have more of that game. And they did. They made 3 games at the end, so I'll continue to see eventually how it goes. But I think there were two of the characters didn't really get as much love in the story. Like, they sort of meant to have 8. Yeah, I'm curious what ended up happening. And it's weird as well, because, like, I'm pretty sure the Xenoblade franchise, they're all disconnected stories, like, they don't particularly link with each other. Thank you, Namco. I think it was one of the last, like, Namco titles before Namco Bandai, or Bandai Namco, rather. I always get it the wrong way around. Look at this eagle eye. Oh. Oh, they link a lot back? Okay, because I played 1 and X, and X has nothing to do with anything. Also, I forgot to mention that world map. You can hit select, and now you can see that we just went straight through the center of the world. We'll keep it generally spoiler-free, so let's not go too deep in it. In fact, the DLC for Xenoblade 3, they managed to link up Xenosaga. I do know that Xenosaga gets brought up. The other one, oh, the Rogue Knight. It's like Fortnite, but he's rogue. I don't think I'm going to be able to do much damage except for Biendeo. And Rags just fell asleep, because why not? But yeah, no, these guys hit hard. They are mean. I do not enjoy them, I'll tell ya. There you go. This is how a proper fight should be. Healing to, recover your damage, sending your damage dealers to do their best. You never know. Oh, you jerk. Don't bring this lad into this. He's got... Ah! The jerk. Absolute jerk. Stop doing it! No! At least the healers can sometimes attack. Dude, heal slimes, I tell ya, heal slimes are absolute jerks. Oh. But that being said, I feel like my criticisms of Xenosaga, how to put it, like, the combat, I always feel like I was teetering on the edge of really not knowing if I was actually doing the right thing, or if I was cheesing it just enough, and I wasn't too sure if I was particularly, like, using the game's mechanics to the best. I would probably attribute, if anyone had seen, back when I played Final Fantasy VII blind on this channel, I didn't know about materia linking at all. Problem with the copper sword is that everyone's got a copper sword, so I didn't know about materia linking, so I feel like I'd sort of hindered myself quite heavily on that one. And then, like, someone in the comments was like, bro, you didn't like material link, and I was like, wow, they all targeted air. Every single one of them. Yeah, Xenosaga's got a mobile game, and that was very recently dumped as well. But, like, yeah, that was dumped, like, 2 months ago. Like, sometimes you just miss a mechanic. Yeah, exactly. I think, in Xenosaga, I don't think I actually know what skill points were really useful. Like, I know you can bring abilities off of items, but I didn't have that many items to bring abilities off of. I basically was like, yeah, I could bring back, like, you know, this one ability that then gives you, like, fire resist. And I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna need that. So I just sort of let it sit. I was like, whatever. But I was utilizing skill sharing, where you could have every party member heal everyone. Look at these giant enemy crabs, based on real Japanese mythology. I feel like going ever so slightly north is a bit dangerous. Oh, these crabs are also very resistant, and they hit hard again. Pied Piper, yeah, that's the name of the game, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm just running from these fellas. Do I need a... Don't you dare hit... Oh my gosh, I just revived you. Oh my goodness. I'm really gonna die to some crabs as I'm trying to earn up money for the whip. We are getting crabbed hard, I tell ya. It's interesting that there were so many mobile games of that time as well. Seriously, 50 gold, it's like, ugh. I was so close to getting a whip before as well, and then it's like... No, but they killed air in one turn! Oh, no, sorry, they killed air in 2 turns, but like, it was like, oh... The problem... Yeah, but the problem is that there were 4 of them. They could kill air in 1 turn, and they could kill 2 people. Nah, it would have been a stretch. See, this is a fight I could win. Maybe. But I'm gonna have to go for that caterpillar. Because otherwise he's gonna up his defense and it's gonna be absolute pain. Me when I have no defense. And I'm like, no, I must get the whip. Seriously, the whip will dramatically help because it means that rags will actually do stuff. I really want to... Oh, I should be using Blaze. I'm a bit of an idiot, but... You have to kill 1 in a turn, and then you can be lucky. Yeah. Oh. That's some awkward paralysis, isn't it? Blaze it. Heal Biendeo, and Rags can just attack. Here we go. But yeah, no, I'd definitely say Xenosaga 1 is worth a check, but... You like how all three of them got to attack before I got to do anything as well. Yeah, Blaze really isn't worth it, is it? Might be good for the enemies that cast defense raising things. But at least this is a fight I can do. 51G. Oh, Sap's where it's at. Sap is where it's at. So Sap reduces defense. And for the enemies that like bulk up, still paralyzed. I'm paralyzed, but I seem to be struck by you. Didn't they say it'll wear off eventually? What part of wearing off did they forget about? We'll just chill for a bit here. We'll just see what's going on. Oh, I've fought tons of these fellas. But yeah, no, I definitely recommend the game. I did like its presentation, Xenosaga. But yeah, no, it's just like, me understanding the combat. That being said, like, I felt I was actually really underleveled the whole game, because every time, Retro Achievements would always tell you, like, a leaderboard on the bosses for how quickly you defeated it, and it'd always be right near the end of, like, I'm just taking forever to beat it. And I did feel like I was playing the game very mega defensively. I was like, everyone can heal each other, just keep chipping away at the boss health, eventually he'll die, and then hopefully you've stacked up enough, like, boost turns to basically, like, spam it. 16 gold, by the way. Sometimes it's an abysmal amount of money. Oh, where did the B come from in that sentence? Oof. But then, yeah, like, you get told, oh, you're so far down the stack. Seriously, Rags is such a dead weight in a fight like this, because it's like, what can he do? There you go. At least the crabs don't have too much health, but he can do 1 damage. See, 2 crabs. She... What can... Throw rocks. There is a deep reason why the Jester actually works out okay. But it's a sneaky deep reason. They're all good. I know every character in this game is female, but still. Yeah, hold on. Does he cure paralysis here, or? I mean, it's. Yeah, it's I know I specifically made them girls. I know. So what is next to play? I'm currently playing through We Love Katamari. I'm currently playing through that. Some of the achievements are brutal, but they're also modeled off of the fact the game itself apparently says that 30 seconds on some of the levels is quick enough. Yeah, it should be easy. You should be able to beat it in 30 seconds. I mean, there's only 2 of them, and I'd probably say Dynasty is quite simple to beat normally, so I highly recommend Dynasty. Just give it a go. Yeah, We Love Katamari is certainly... I'm really loving it. Like, I think it is everything you'd want in the sequel to Katamari. Oh boy, though. Yeah, the PSP one, which I think has, like, a couple of new things, but, like, where We Love Katamari is purely a sequel, the PSP one sort of is mostly a remake, but not entirely. So it's like, oh, okay, it's got a little bit of its own thing. I worry about the PSP one because the way the controls, like, should work is that it's that kind of funky little twin stick thing, and I don't know what you do on the PSP. The Vita version is, you know, potentially a bit more in line with how it should control, but I also don't know if people liked the Vita version. Okay, we have $1,000. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's fine, but short. Yeah, that's always a problem if it's short. We are buying the whip. The chain whip. Rags, you've got this. You can actually attack now. And bonus points. It's a whip. Yeah, exactly. I do feel like leveling does, you know, you do feel that progression quite nicely. So here's the thing with the whip. I'm going to dedicate everyone to attacking the caterpillar, but we're going to use Rags to attack the Pups. And then we're getting slowed. So the neat thing about the whip is that you'll see it hits the group. So I get to hit both of these guys for... It does drop off damage a little bit as you go through the group. But in general, it's still pretty good. So, which is why Nyx probably also should get the whip. Pretty much, if you can get more characters to have hit groups or hitting groups of enemies in some variety, the boomerangs are also very useful for that same reason. And that's why, like, if you could get the boomerang from the board game before, it's like, oh, so good. Because then it's like, you don't have to deal with any of this. You don't have to deal with selecting an enemy, you just go for it. You just hit all of them. Oh, we are farming another 1k gold. That's exactly what's happening. We're farming a second K, because I also want to get shields for everyone. I'm not sure if I'd dedicate that to this stream. I might wrap it up after the first 1,000. Or we'll just see how far we get. Because I'll call it the 3 hours. Bonus will be like that to... Ah, see, here you go. Perfect. Perfect opportunity to... You know, use Rag's new attack. Yeah, it does have a bit of grinding. I didn't grind in Xenosaga, just for reference as well. I didn't grind in Xenogears either, which I thought was interesting. Also, Xenosaga's got mechs, and I never use them. I didn't quite know when to use a mech in a way that was effective, and you get kind of caught out when, if you die in a mech, you die for real. Because it's like, you're just knocked out, you can't do anything. It's like, oh, okay. Ah! And paralyze. And then Rags decided not to attack as well. Just... Thank you, Rags. Oh. 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 Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. When he gets that whip attack, it's good, but until then, it's like, oh, I'm on the edge of my seat. Well, it's specifically Rags because he's the jester. So hold on, let me get the numbers on this one. I think. Do we have the numbers? Da 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 da. Let's see. Jester. Here we go. It is permanent. Yes. So in drag. Oh. Also, yeah, I know, I know. It's not called the Jester in the original release, so I'm like, ah. Where is this? There we go. Dragon Quest 3. Do we not have classes? Locations, there we go. Yeah, it's called the Gadabout. Oh. So, in Dragon Quest 3, I would like to know the odds. Here we go, yeah, okay. So, oh, this is the kind of encounter that won't help the freaking... I'll go for the crab first, and the bee... And the bee, yeah, sure. The Gadabout, that's it, yeah. So what is it? So the Gadabout will only follow the player's instructions 75% of the time, disobeying with a randomly selected action. Every few levels, there's a new action in the list. So yeah, so 3/4 of the time, it works every time. So at level 1, you can strike a defensive pose, which is defending, gawking at the scene, doing nothing, yelling for help, which doesn't do anything, running, which never works, and falling and tripping, which doesn't do anything. At level 3, you can smile serenely, which does nothing, or keel over, which is sleeping, which is not very useful. At level 5, you can juggle stones, which can deal 4 to 8 damage to a random monster or yourself. At level 7, you can sing and dance galley, nothing. Or gaily, sorry, there's an I can't read. At level 9, you can flick disheveled hair. You know, just cash. At level 11, you can do a tap dance, which increases your evasion. So finally at level 11, your random thing could actually help you out a little more. At level 13, you spin a finger at a monster, which confuses them. At level 15, you can preen with a mirror, which does nothing. At level 17, you can keel over, which paralyzes you. Again, very nice. Also, you can cast some gibberish, which does nothing. Level 19, you can pray for peace. Level 20, you can become plagued by self-doubt. Most of these do nothing. I'm not going to read the rest. It keeps going until level 50. It's just full of these. One of them is actually, like, a random party member, like, loses a turn. You just waste someone else's turn. Also, Air's getting picked on. I'm not appreciating it. Oh yeah, it's truly a meme. And bonus points as well, just... Ah, that was the perfect amount of damage as well. As a good meme as well, at level 50, the ability is run out of things to do and cast multi-heal on the party. It's like an actual insanely useful ability randomly in there with a 1 in, like, what is that, 1 freaking 48 chance of pulling it off in a turn. Because you have to randomly, like, not do the thing you wanted to do that turn, and then also randomly do that thing instead of any other possible ability he can do. Some of them are kind of useful as well, like, you know, you can... There's some heavier attacks as well that could potentially happen. There's some other abilities as well that, you know, you can pull off, but... Some of them are also, cast Decelerate on the whole party. Yeah, but usually the Pokemon would just kind of sit there, like, not do anything, or just... wouldn't they do, like, a generic attack? Like, they would just be, like the struggle attack? I'd love to play a Pokemon game where, like, that happens, like, 25% of the time. I'm just like, oh, okay. But that being said, so this class does have, a cheeky little extra kind of thing to it. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It's not available at the moment, but we'll get there. Worms. So I've apparently got to touch up on my my Spanish, I tell you. Oh, I did it! I chucked the hair. It was sexy. Now I gotta deal with these fellas. Hey, Dios míos. Give him a sap. There you go. The good stuff. There we go. Very nice. But yeah, they're a bit slow on money, aren't they? And again, I guess the easy mode is picking characters with high vitality, because then you'd have 70 health here. And you're like, what do you mean? The enemies don't do that much. It's because you've got such a buffer of health. Oh boy, I'm not even... That's a bit too much. See, running, half of them do an attack, and it's still, like, almost enough to kill Rags. It's because I don't have a shield or anything on him, though, so... Hi, I would like to run. Thank you. And now I have to sleep again. Biendeo continually misgenders his own party members. It's so hard to remember. But they're all female. Alright, so in that case, let's just wander back to the castle, because you have to save at the castle. Or you could hit start. You can do a quick save like that, but we'll do it the normal way. The main monkey method. I appreciate missing the crab. And then Rags going for the crab. You know, for all these level ups I'm doing, it's not exactly adding a lot of let's see, I think the Killer Bee is actually the easier one to kill. As well, so I should always go for the Killer Bee. There you go. Oh, no, not more crabs. I don't want more crabs. This is gonna be a bit awkward, isn't it? Oh, I should be group hitting the... Oh, I can't really do much damage anyways. It's such a struggle, I tell ya. Yeah, I'm really getting myself caught out on this one, I tell ya. That's what I get for not min-maxing everything. And or losing all my money and rushing for the first dungeon like a mad lad. Oh, and constantly missing as well. Missing never helps. Also, just want to add as well to Xenosaga, all the enemy encounters took so long. Partially it's because of attack animations being really long, but partially it's also just because, like, a lot of the enemies needed... the main character is a hero class, so it's a unique class just for the main character. It's kind of a best of all the worlds, the jack of all trades kind of class. Doesn't particularly master anything in particular, but you get a few spells, you get a couple of important abilities. Actually, I think Don't know if there's anything unique to the hero class. Let me just double check. There we go. Back to the old but gold enemies. I think... okay, yeah, okay. The hero gets a couple of ones. You get a lightning spell as well. You get Iron Eyes at level 12, which makes you neither deal damage nor take damage. Also, we're gonna get caught out by this again. What's the point of the luck stat if I'm just gonna have this happen? I think lightning is like always exclusively a main character thing in all the Dragon Quest games as well. No, no, I would like a turn. I would like a turn, guys. I would like to be able to do something. Seriously, I nearly got killed by 4 of them before, and I managed to break out. So I don't know why 2 of them is like, well, sorry, 3 of them is. I can't count. It's late at night. Now it's 2 of them. And Rags will probably take him out as well. I don't know why it's such a problem, but oh boy, I'm constantly getting like duped out by everything. I tell you. Oh, but the monster medal's a nice touch. I can't wait until main character can cast Zoom, by the way. They don't even go for all the player characters as well. Actually, hold on, wait. Do I not have Zoom already? I'm wandering back as if I don't have Zoom. I think I'm an idiot. No. Yeah, what level am I? 7. I feel like I should have it by now. Ooh, caught the enemies off guard. Hold on, yeah, what? Check the wiki, what level does he learn Zoom? They didn't even write it down. It didn't, it's not on the wiki. Panic. Oh well. Blue. We're making some progress, even if it's a bit of a grind fest right now. That's okay. Oh, more medals! I'm pretty sure I've already got the frog medal. Oh, come on, that was like 4 steps. Thank you, Rags. Tripping over. Don't worry, Rags is the only one not asleep. Finish the fight, Rags. He did it. Oh, he could do this. He could do this. Okay, just for you, Faye, I'm gonna get into the habit of saying she on everything, okay? Rags can do it. She can do it. Easy. Easy. Just say she on everything. Oh boy, what was I? It was to the right, I think. Ah, my gosh. There's a lot of enemy encounters on this path, isn't there? I do see the female eyes on the sprite. They're pretty small sprites though, they're like, what, 8x8s? No, they can't be 8x8s, they're 16x16s. If you compare with the, like the SNES version sprites, you'll be like, oh, okay. Because there's a lot more detail on the SNES versions. But, character models always be great. I like how all the concept art for the bunny girl Jessa is, she's always got a bottle of booze with her. Also rip. This is what I get for trying to be a bit of a cheapskate. And not... Level 8. Oh, there it is! Okay, cool. It costs 8 magic, but it's well worth it because it's way cheaper to just teleport literally anywhere. So yeah, so this is the same as the item. First there, and then they're gone. So yeah, Return, which is known as Zoom in later games, is the same as that Warp Wing. But yeah, it effectively takes you to any town you've been to, so, which is nice, because it used to only take you back to the very, very start of the game, and so you'd never be able to teleport anywhere, and it's like, oh, it's so nice to be able to go places. Unfortunately, dying is still a very expensive venture. It's always very expensive. And yeah, 8 magic points is not exactly the cheapest thing in the world, but it soon will be okay. And especially for the grinding sessions, it's probably not that bad. There we go. Good morning. Sunday morning. So anyway, let's head back up to the king. And have the king tell me how long it's going to take for everyone to get experience points again. 636. Air is 150 away. Nyx is 119. And Rags is 311. Do you wish to record your journey's progress in this journal? Save it over there. Yes. There you go. I think that's a great place to call it for the current stream. So if I say no, then you get to rest. And it goes back to the main menu. So, but yeah. Anyway, with that, I would like to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this stream or you didn't enjoy the stream, one of the two, you can follow on Twitch. 8:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Yeah, lots of discussions, lots of stuff, lots of interesting stuff happened this week. And yeah, if you missed part of this or all the previous streams, including all the other Dragon Quests, yeah, they're all on YouTube. And of course, you can follow me on the Fediverse, where I say stupid things sometimes and slow my words all the time. And I gotta not learn Spanish, I guess, or do learn Spanish. But yeah. Other than that, yeah, playing We Love Katamari. Also, I still gotta beat Tony Hawk Underground 2. My thumbs hurt every time. Every time I play a Tony Hawk, so that's gonna get me eventually. But anyways, take care, stay safe, eat your greens, don't stay up too late. In the Fediverse, that's the one. And yeah. I don't have a great way to end this, so I'll just kind of be like, I don't know, peace!